What are you trying?
Well, we're trying to have another camera.
Okay. You put it right here on this one right here?
Yeah, I'm trying not to get it where it's not gonna fall.
And just put that on.
Okay.
Alright, we're in. Now they're playing the stinger.
What you want to do?
Just don't worry about it. I'm gonna think for a second.
Hello and welcome to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux along with Clint Carter and Dan Murphy on the field. Tonight's action, the Walker Wildcats are at home versus the Mandeville Skippers in the first home game of the year for the Wildcats. And Clint, how are you doing this afternoon?
It is Friday, it's football, and I'm in the booth with you, Chris. I don't think I'd rather be anywhere in the world, man. I'm excited.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm very happy to be here too, and we have Dan Murphy on the field, and he's going to give us a closer look, and we're going to make things happen here with the hurricane that just came through. I hope everyone is safe. I hope your family is safe, and I hope your house is doing well to the best that it can. And with that said, of course, Walker lost its first game of the year. Lost, which means didn't even play it, because we were supposed to play Ponchatoula and that game got canceled. Then the next game we were supposed to play Fountain Blue and that game got canceled, and we substituted with Sandoval, and Sandoval getting new turf put in. You had to play it at Dutchtown, a whole bunch of moving pieces.
And we played it on a Saturday. There was a lot of moving parts. I was so blown away that they were even able to play it, because with the hurricane and the schools being closed and all that stuff, just to get on the field was awesome. So we're excited to be back. We're home. We lost one home game, I believe, or both games are going to be on the road, right? Fountain Blue, right? So this is our first true home game we're going to play here against the Mandeville Skippers.
So the Walker Wildcats come in with an overall record of 0-1, losing that first game to Sandoval at Dutchtown on a Saturday. The final score was 28-15, and the same thing happened for Mandeville. Their first game was supposed to be against Denham Springs, and of course Denham Springs in that same area, if you will, and they came in and they lost that game to the Hurricane, if you will. Didn't actually lose the game, and they replaced that game with Dunham, and Mandeville was able to win their first game 27-6.
Yeah, when you watch them on film, Dunham not real big, but Mandeville handled them pretty well. One of the things that stood out to me, Mandeville made some really good second half adjustments. It was 7-7 at half. They ended up winning 27-7. On the other end, you look at Walker. I thought Walker played probably their best game, counting last year, against Sandoval. You and I were just talking about they had a couple of plays, and a punt that went awry, a penalty that could have been called. But overall, it looked like they got better. There are no moral victories. They lost the game, but they ran the ball a little better and they played a little better. Hunter Bethel was really good, 19-31 for 202 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I mean, there were some positives. Hopefully, we grow into that in this game.
Absolutely great venue here to watch a football game. The stadium is rocking. No rain right now. We looked at the rain. Looked like it was a little bit coming off. Looked like it's holding off right now, since we're about 30 minutes away from kickoff. And hopefully the rain will stay away. But if not, come over to the stadium and support the Wildcats.
Yeah, and if you come, as Chris likes to say, bring a towel and come out and watch us. You can watch it on TV, Cox Channel 117. Which I guess if you're on here, yep, WLFT Channel 30, which is on 117, or on E-Tail Cable Channel 130, and then we have moved to YouTube. So if you're watching this game on Channel 117 or E-Tail Cable 130, you can watch it on YouTube. Now, Chris and I are not real computer literate here. If you go to YouTube and you search Walker High TV, you can subscribe to the channel, and then you can watch us the whole year from YouTube. We're no longer on Facebook Live.
That's right, no longer on Facebook. So if you have some friends and family that are panicking right now, we're now on YouTube. It's supposed to be a better picture quality and everything else. And so, and plus you don't have to have a Facebook account. Some people are kind of touchy about that as well. But I don't even think you have to have a YouTube account. You can just go to YouTube and search Walker High TV and just watch the live stream there.
Great point, Chris. If you want to get the alerts, you have to subscribe, but you don't have to subscribe. So, if my mom wants to watch this game, she doesn't have a YouTube account, she can just go on YouTube, search Walker High TV and watch it live.
Both teams are continuing to warm up out there. Walker will be in the brand new green helmets, and so watching them in the spring game, watching them in the as they get ready coming up to this year and the play, and then we show up to play Sandoval. They have green helmets on. Everybody's like, Chris, have you seen this? I'm like, no, this is the first time I've seen it. So brand new green helmets with a W on it. Just
Yeah, the kids were so excited. It's very simple, but because you've never had it, it's unique. It's a very clever way to do the helmet. I believe they have a white helmet with a green W that they'll wear on the road. So, you know, the program is growing. They're putting some money back into it. The uniforms look great, and the kids were really excited about that.
Okay, we have Dan Murphy on the sideline right now. We're going to see if we can get Dan to come on in and tell us how the field conditions are. Dan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm glad y'all up in the booth and y'all can't see rain, because there is a slight drizzle, but it looks like it's going away. Yeah, the story behind these helmets, from what I hear, there was a fundraiser for the football team that if they reached a certain level, that they were going to get new helmets. So they reached that level, and those helmets are pretty sharp. They really are.
Now, some people have been discussing about the font. I mean, we even got into a discussion about that at the last game, about it could be like the Oregon font, if you will, to make the W. So did you hear anything about the font or the new logo that's on it? Dan, were you able to find any information about the font or where the inspiration came from?
I will find that out. Mr. St. Pierre is right next to me. I'll find that out and I'll get back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. So anyways, like I said, they're looking very sharp and something very simple, but you know that's Walker. That's the colors and the color scheme, and that looks very nice.
You know, I got to visit with Dan today before the meeting, and he and I haven't spent a lot of time together. He knows everybody. If you want to know something, like he's finding out right now, he's going to have us an answer in 30 seconds. Is every time I brought something up about anything, Dan's like, oh yeah, I refereed with that guy, or I lived by that guy, or I know that guy. So although his microphone never works, one day he will be able to give us that knowledge via microphone.
We got Dan on the speaker here. He turned off. Dan, you want to say anything about your microphone not working again?
It sounds fine to me. I don't know what y'all talking about.
You do sound fine. Thank you.
You guys see here the bus loads, and I heard there was 8 buses coming from Mandeville High School. I don't know if it was students or band and students, but there's 8 buses coming. And I did find out about the font on the helmet. That was all Coach Mahaffey's doing. He came up with that.
Okay, so a little creative juices there by Coach Mahaffey getting the font on.
You can see the buses. Dan just mentioned Mandeville did get affected by the hurricane, and they have shipped all their students and their fans that wanted to come via bus. 8 buses just rolled up into the parking lot. So the crowd's going to be electric. It's going to be a fun night.
All right, we're going to take our first commercial break, and we'll come back with more of the Walker High School pregame show. You're watching Walker football on WLFT.
You want to get it right, we want to help. Maybe you feel like Christians are more known for what they're against.
But we want you to know that God is for you, and we are for you.
No matter who you are,
or where you are on life's journey, we have a place for you.
we'd love for you to come and check it out.
He's calling. Hey. Hey. Don't watch the Wildcats. Thank you. Hey, is the commercial not working?
Drop, yo.
This open while we're commercial break. You come back in. We're commercial break right now, Dan.
Life's hard. You want to get it right, we want to help. Life's hard. You want to get it right, we want to help. Maybe you feel like Christians are more known for what they're against.
But we want you to know that God is for you, and we are for you.
No matter who you are,
Or where you are on life's journey, we have a place for you.
we'd love for you to come and check it out.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris LeDoux along with Clint Carver, Dan Murphy here, bringing you all the action. See the Walker Wildcats going through their pregame warm-ups as well as the Mandeville Skippers. Very unique mascot name as a skipper, but I've never heard it before, but it works.
Yep, and you and I were trying to figure out what it is, but I think it's I know Mandeville's got a little lake there. Maybe it's some kind of a water reference, but it doesn't matter. They got great-looking helmets, and and they got a good football team.
They do. Very unique to put the M on the back of the helmet, and just I like whenever teams do that. You do something a little bit unique. Same thing for the logo or the mascot. I'm all for that. There's nothing wrong with the Wildcats. Hey, we love the Wildcats, but hey, get creative when you get a chance,
But I remember years when I was growing up, I thought the Jets helmet was so ugly, the New York Jets, because it just said Jets in green. And then they went away from it, and I was excited. Well, then when they went back, because I hadn't seen it in 20 years, I was like, oh man, that looks really good. So it's whatever you're used to, you want something else.
Right.
So like you said, that W is really cool because we've never seen it.
Right. So, looking at our coaching staff for the Walker Wildcats, a lot of new faces coming in and doing different responsibilities and things like that. And so, Clint, I know you have the list of the new varsity coaches, so kind of go through those guys who will be helping out Coach Mahaffey.
Yep, so on the varsity side, Coach Vincent Caruso works with the defensive ends. Stephen Costello works with the wide receivers. Rob Chapman, defensive backs. Jacoby Davis, running backs. Kirk Dahl, linebackers. Matthew Edwards, wide receivers. Also Chandler Fayard, wide receivers. Nick Gluck, special teams. Brett Robertson, defensive line. Coach Zebanowski, the offensive line. And our coordinators are Doug Dotson, our new defensive coordinator, and George Tomplay, our offensive coordinator.
And so a lot of new faces on there, but still Coach Mahaffey and still Coach Mahaffey's plan and his scheme, and so they'll just be implementing it.
Yeah, it's like Saban when he loses somebody, you just kind of teach them how to teach and then let them go. The thing about Walker High School is that the football coaching staff, very talented. If you go back where these coaches have been, they've been a lot of places, they've won a lot of games. I know we didn't win many last year, and I don't know how many we'll win this year, but if these guys can stay, I think the program will get back to where it needs to be.
And I've been knowing Doug Dotson for a very long time. I think he was at Bro Bridge when I was at Opelousas coaching football, and so that was a long time ago. But he was
at Central too for a little while.
He was at Central too, yeah. And but I know Doug from then, and we were also involved in powerlifting. Of course, I'm the powerlifting guy. Been involved in it for 28 years now. But when I first started 28 years ago, he was one of the guys that I remember, doing it.
So he's been doing everything for a long time.
That's right, and talking to former coaches, if you will, Mr. Christian Dragna is a former Walker High School coach. He's now at Mandeville High School, and I think that's him standing over there in the end zone, if you will, watching the punts go through, the kicks go through. And he was able to give me a list of all the starters and on offense and defense for Mandeville, so we'll go through that right now. On starters for the Skippers, on offense first, it'll be Caleb Burst, who will be one of the wide receivers, and he'll substitute in with Devin Steele. Their number 1 wide receiver, wearing number 2, it was going to be Landon Ibita, and he is a Miami commitment, so we have to look. We'll be calling his name a lot. And then also one of the other starters will be number 3, running back Doug McCowan, and Jordan Lee will be the featured running back. He will be wearing number 5. The quarterback will be number 6, Kurt Dusang, and he is a senior. Alec McQueen will be the tight end, another senior. Offensive lineman will be Jake Sherman. Offensive lineman, also he'll be wearing number 56. Number 66 will be Zayden Moran. Number 67, Nate Hetchett. And number 70, Caleb Collada. And finally, the last offensive line will be Cole Beecher. And so you have the offensive starters for the Walker Wildcats.
Yeah, before we go to the defense, that number 6, Kurt Dusang, their starting quarterback, transferred from Chalmette, done a real good job. And you mentioned Landon Ibieta, committed to Miami, University of Miami, and you're going to see him. He can fly. Starting defense for the Mandeville Skippers, number 8, Nick Pedavino, he'll be at linebacker. Number 9, Caleb Bonner, safety. Number 14, John Patterson, linebacker. Number 15, Nigel Navarre, defensive line. Number 20, Tasman Showers, defensive back. Number 29, Mitchell Mosby, defensive back. Number 30, Trinity Livade, defensive back. Number 33, Brad Chauvin at linebacker. Number 40, Michael Casassi will be a defensive back. Number 74, Kai Dean at defensive line. And then number 90, Blaine Bernard. Number 92, Bryson Reese. Number 96, Clarence Joseph. And number 97, Andon Liner. And the reason why we mentioned an extra lineman is all those guys will play. There was about 3 extra ones, but he gave us those as starters too because they revolve into that defensive line almost every other play.
And looking at the Walker High School offensive starters, starting at left tackle, Mr. Ethan Lander. 2 years of all district play, and then he's starting his senior year. He is a talent to watch. If you ever watch the play and you're watching the ball, every now and then just take play off, but just watch him. Number 74, his technique is outstanding. He weighs 275. What a great offensive lineman. Also, other offensive linemen, left guard, number 63, Sam Henry. Center will be number 55, Brock Rogers. Right guard, number 69, Roman King. Right tackle, number 58, Mason Ball. Your specialty group, number 13, Warren Young Jr., of course, the basketball standout for the Wildcats. Another wide receiver, number 29, Noah Cecil. Wide receiver, number 3, Jarvis Patterson. And wide receiver, number 6, Ja'Cory Thomas. The fullback, or the running back, will be number 21, Rayshawn Simmons. And the quarterback will be number 16, Hunter Bethel.
On the defense side of the ball, starting at defensive end, number 27, Marique Hall. Number 54, defensive tackle, Chandler Cato. Defensive tackle number 52, Sam Hoover. Defensive end number 46, Austin Lockhart. At linebackers, number 34, Ryan DiMartino. And number 2, Dane Carpenter. At your strong safeties, number 18, Deonore Levy. And number 17, Patrick McKenzie. At your cornerbacks, left cornerback number 7, Chandler Henry. And right cornerback is 33, Chaz Olivier. And at free safety is number 5, Carson Rocker. We want to make sure we just reiterate that you can watch this game on YouTube. You don't have to subscribe, but you can if you want to get alerts. Just go to youtube.com and search Walker High TV, and you can make sure you get all the live action.
And of course, while you're on it, you can have a chat there and have a discussion with your friends and family, if you will. Make sure it's appropriate. There's high school kids and everybody else. Respectfully cheer for your favorite team and have a good time. And so anyway, we're about to go to our next commercial break, and then we'll come back with the presentation of colors. We'll have the Band of Legacy here as well. And so we have a lot going on here. And of course, the Skippers and the Wildcats set to do battle here at Wildcat Stadium. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back for more Wildcat football on WLFT.
Sharkey is a local, licensed, and reputable HVAC contractor. They support Livingston Parish Public Schools and surrounding parishes. Sharkey specializes in maintenance, service, repairs of all HVAC equipment, and offering competitive rates. Call us at 225-222-3332 and find us on Facebook at Sharkey Mechanical Services, LLC.
Burroughs Mexican Restaurant offers our customers some of the most authentic and delectable Tex-Mex cuisine in the area, all served in a family-friendly atmosphere. We use only the freshest ingredients of the highest quality, from our delicious enchiladas and burritos to our amazing chicken steak or shrimp fajitas, the house specialty. We have something to please everyone. Join us for food and fun at Sombrero's Mexican Restaurant.
Hey, my name is George, and I love the Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets. It's like me grilling at home. It tastes very similar to that, except the seasoning. I probably can't season it as well as Chick-fil-A does. The chicken's super tender and honestly the best nuggets I've ever tasted.
Hello and welcome back to Walker High School. Crystal Deal along with Clint Carver, and you're watching the Walker Wildcats taking on the Mandeville Skippers. We're live here in the press box here in beautiful Wildcat Stadium on this beautiful Friday night, and a little bit cloudy, a little bit overcast, but rain came through, cool things off. Feels good over here in Wildcat Stadium.
And we thought the rain was out, and then we got a little alert that around 5:30 we could have some more. But what we're being told now is the rain is gone. Come out and watch. Should be an electric atmosphere.
And Clint, I know you do a lot of research. You're able to watch some game film. So what have you seen from watching the game film on Mandeville?
So Mandeville is extremely talented. They went to the quarterfinals last year. They lost their quarterback and they lost one of their receivers. But they got a transfer in from Chalmette, number 6, Kurt Dusang, and he can really sling it. Likes to throw from the pocket. The running back, number 5, Jerron Lee. He's big and he's fast. And if you've been watching Walker the last 2 or 3 years, that's the kind of running back that gives us trouble. It's a big, strong, fast guy. And then on the outside, they got number 2. His name is Landon Ibieta. Remember that name. Super fast, great hands. I think he's going to be a possession receiver at the University of Miami, but for this high school, he does everything. He'll line up in the backfield, he'll take a snap, he'll do punt returns, he's everywhere. On defense, they run a 3-3-5, which I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but it's a lot of people standing up. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive backs, and they'll be moving all over the place. The weakness of that is you can get guys out in space. So what Walker's going to have to do is they're going to have to make one guy miss. So if you can picture getting on the outside, there's going to be a safety come down to tackle him. If you can make that guy miss, we can have some big plays in the running game. If not, it's going to be a long day for the Wildcats.
All right, and of course, as we mentioned, Coach Mahaffey's still here. Whenever we went over the starting lineup for both of these teams, of course, the Walker comes out with 4 wide receivers and one tailback, and so which means they're going to try to throw it, which means Walker has a lot of confidence in their senior quarterback, Hunter Bethel.
No doubt about it. Hunter, last year was his first time back in football in about 3 years, and you saw him progressively get better every week. This week we saw him from the scrimmage through Santa Maria. He's gotten a lot better. I mentioned earlier, last game he was 19-31. It's about 60%, 202 yards, and he divided it. 4 receivers had 4 receptions or more. If he can do that tonight, they can stretch those safeties out. He's got a chance.
And mentioning those wide receivers, I think they're very talented, all 4 of them. To where last year you had the one, the Thomas, and that everybody focused on him. But now you got 3 or 4 wide receivers that are equally as talented. So now you got to pick which one you're gonna double cover or who's gonna get the ball.
That's right. So and Hunter being able to distribute to 4 people is a very positive. Brian Thomas, last year they triple teamed him. They knew the ball was going to Brian Thomas, so they weren't going to score. This year with Warren Young, Jarvis Patterson, Ja'Cory Thomas, and Noah Cecil, they can run and they can jump. They're all basketball players, so they can get above those cornerbacks and make some plays for us.
And of course, Coach Anthony Skiro watching the games always and make sure all of the basketball players are coming out healthy and everything else.
I bet he's sweating, yeah.
every single time. But nonetheless, that's what we have here. We are about it's about 8 minutes away from the kickoff here, so we'll have the coin toss, and we'll also have the presentation of colors of Walker High School Band of Legacy. Mr. Jeff Sigmund and Mr. Eddie Hurst doing a fantastic job with the Band of Legacy, as always. And of course, we'll have to see if they're allowed to perform at halftime. A couple of things still in the air about all that. Last time I spoke to them, I wasn't 100% sure whether they were saying that they were actually going to be able to play or not. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But
there's part of the reason half the people come watch. They're very talented, very organized, and they win everything they touch.
And as you mentioned, people come watch. A lot of people get the vaccine. I'm fully vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated. Yep.
And so, which means that the students can come. There's no more limits on the amount of crowd since we're outside. You can have as many students as you want or as many fans as you want. And so there's nothing better than coming and watching the game live here at Wildcat Stadium.
Oh man, the turf of the field, great looking press box. You got the sky sun setting in the background. Mr. St. Pierre, I always brag on him. Can't say enough. Everything he does is first class. He's really built this program into something that's fun to watch. As far as the football goes, make no mistake, we are the underdog. If you were in college and they were betting, Mandeville would probably be about a 7 to 8 point favorite. So as we go through this game, if Walker can stay close and keep it close through halftime, we can make some adjustments and maybe pull out a victory. It's been a while since we've won, Chris. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And there's a saying in sports, winning cures everything.
And here come the Walker Wildcats in the brand new uniforms. They'll come out with the green jerseys on, with the yellow numerals and the yellow pants, and of course we mentioned the new green helmets. And so there are the Wildcats, and the Skippers are already made their way to their sideline. And I see Mr. Dan Murphy on the field as well. So whenever it's time for the coin toss, we'll go down to Dan. If we have time, we'll probably be in a commercial break during that time. We'll have to see how things play out. We have some stats from the last game whenever the Wildcats played Sandoval at Sandoval. You mentioned it was Hunter Bella with 19 out of 31 and no interceptions. That's very important, and 2 touchdowns for 202 yards.
That is big. Turnovers kill you, especially when you're the underdog. Didn't turn the ball over, made good reads, and protected the football.
And of course, Walker was right there the whole time. I went to the game and had a great time there. But they were right there, and every time like they were about to make a move, and then something would happen. It's just football, the way the ball bounces and the way the calls go sometimes. And then Sandoval was able to capitalize on every single time. Walker got very, very close, then they were able to capitalize.
And when we talk about losing, we were 1-9 last year, and then this year we lost the scrimmage and we lost the jamboree. So it's like until you can get those plays to work in your favor, you're going to keep losing. You're going to keep putting back in those positions until you figure out a way to execute and win.
Looking at the captains coming out on the field, it'll be Landon Ibeda coming in for the Skippers, and for the Wildcats it will be number 52. One of the captains will be Sam Hoover, number 3. The other captain, Jarvis Patterson, and number 63, and that would be Sam Henry. And so let's see if we can go down to the field with Dan for the coin toss. Dan?
Mandeville has won the toss, and I believe they deferred. So Mandeville will be kicking off to Walker.
Dan, how tall is Ibieta? He's listed at 5'11".
Yeah, that's about right. 5'11", 6 foot. He's not any shorter than that.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Dan. We appreciate you. We'll be going back to you as the game progresses. Dan is a former White Hat for the LHSAA, and he is now retired from doing that. He said he enjoys doing the presentation of our TV presentation on the sidelines. And so some other people receiving for the Wildcats last time was Jarvis Patterson had 4 catches. It was Ja'Cory Thomas with 3 catches, Warren Young with 5 catches, and also Noah Cecil with 4 catches. So a lot of the even distribution of the football to the wide receivers. There you see the flags being presented by the Walker High School ROTC, led by Mr. Andre Sylvester and Mr. Jason Tubbs. Both of those guys, outstanding individuals as well. So we're going to take our last commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff. You're watching Wildcat Football on WLFT.
At Stein, we're committed to being the most customer-focused home improvement retailer and building material supply store of its kind. We understand that you're not just building a house, you're building a home.
At Stein, we know what we do. We sell building materials, and we know how to do it by offering our customers better brands at lower prices and great customer service.
But why do we do it? That's the most important part. We help people build their dreams.
Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4 reminds Wildcat fans to be fire safe this season and every season. District 4 consists of volunteer and professional firefighters, men and women of your community, your neighbors, providing fire protection and life-saving first response for accidents and medical emergencies. When you need help, we'll be there. Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4, our family protecting your family since 1975.
Hello, welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ladue along with Clint Carver, Mr. Dan Murphy on the field, and we are ready to get things kicked off here at Wildcat Stadium as the Skippers have the ball teed up, and it will be Will Banks, the place kicker, kicking off to the Wildcats. And we are ready for football here on a Friday night in Walker, Louisiana.
Got us some electricity right here, Chris.
Here's the kick. Going to be fielded at about the 10-yard line. Going to the 20, making a move and dancing around and returning the ball will be Joe Buckley, the junior for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not a bad return. Set a little tempo early. Weakness of this team, Mandeville, we said how good they were, is their defense. Not because they're not talented, it's just because they run that 3-3-5, and if you can create space, you can make plays. Let's see how we do it early here. You'll know Walker goes no huddle, and Bethel's going to get the sign from his coach.
So it will be Hunter Bethel, the starting quarterback, and we'll go 5 wide receivers. The number 21 will be Rayshawn Simmons, the closest receiver. Now we have a stoppage on the far side of the, look like they're having trouble with the chains.
First day for everybody.
Yep. So Walker Wildcats start off with 5 wide receivers. It will be Hunter Bethel and at quarterback.
Got
The pass is going to be a flea flicker, and wide open is Ja'Cory Thomas for the touchdown. Touchdown Wildcats, and that will be a 66-yard touchdown pass.
We watched them warming up, and Warren Young is the backup quarterback. He just did a little wide receiver screen. Hunter Bethel, if you watch it on tape, Hunter Bethel steps up to make sure he gets a good lateral and strikes early. Walker Wildcats on the first play of the game get this crowd into it. Heck, the field goal team wasn't even ready. I think they should start to get ready. This is the second game that Walker started off with a touchdown on the first play.
And we got a little bit of movement up front.
Looks like it might be on the defense, Chris. I wonder if, I don't think Coach will decide to go for it. Man, what an exciting play to kick off the homestand right there. And Mandeville, like they had no idea. I mean, usually you can kind of see that that's going to happen and be somewhat aware of a trick play. Great call by the offensive coordinator, George Tomplay, and it worked to perfection.
Wildcats set to do the extra point here. And they look like they jump again, but no flag is called. They're going to try to get this one to go. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 11:43 to play in the first quarter, the Wildcats take a 7-0 lead over Mandeville.
So in the, I believe it was the Jamboree against Denham Springs, we scored on the first play. They ran a reverse, and Ja'Cory Thomas took it 80 yards for a touchdown. Here again in their next game at home, takes it, what did you say, 65 yards? It was 66 yards. You know you're the underdog. You got to create some kind of excitement, and Coach dialed it up perfectly. Well executed. That's another thing we talked about. You said the Seminole game they were close and they couldn't execute. That play was perfect. If he overthrows him or underthrows him or he drops the ball, great execution results in a touchdown.
And of course, all the Skippers were biting on the play action, going to the right side. Left Ja'Cory Thomas wide open, coming across the backside.
Yeah, that was fun. Well done. Now we'll see how we do. You'll notice a lot of the starters on defense will be on the kickoff team. Coach Mahaffey doesn't like to play his second string just because they're second string. So should have good kickoff coverage right here.
Set to do the kicking will be Hayden Rhea for the Wildcats.
Keep your eye on number 2, Ibieta. We're probably going to kick it away from him, I would think.
Ibieta stands back at his own 8-yard line. Rhea has the ball teed up. And here's the kick, and it will be away from him, as mentioned. And the ball goes out of bounds, so we have to see if...
I thought he might have touched it.
Yeah, let's see if Douglas McGowan actually touched it and made it go out of bounds. But the flag does fly, which means he didn't touch it. So Dan was right there. Dan, what did you see on that one? Did he actually touch it and not make it go out of bounds?
No, he did not touch that ball, not even close.
All right, so what's the ruling? If the ball goes out of bounds right there at the 15-yard line, what are your options as far as the Skippers go?
Well, you can take it where it went out of bounds, or you take it at the 35-yard line. Actually, it's 25 yards from where the ball was kicked off from, so it's not always the 35.
If there was a penalty and they were kicking off from deeper, it would be a different line.
Thank you. We'll be going to Dan throughout the game. Look at this very unique situation. Tight bunch right there behind the left side. Ibieta with the ball, and he has met the backfield. Good block on the far side, and he is brought down out of bounds. And so a good job by the defense of snuffing out that play.
Yeah, Carson Rocker, Patrick McKenzie. McKenzie's a sophomore, number 17, Rocker, number 5, a junior, first time playing defense. And I mentioned in the pregame that Ibieta will line up as the quarterback. He is explosive in space. Great job by the defense stringing it out. Great job first play.
So now we got some discussion on the far side of the field. There is a flag down at the 31-yard line as the head referee makes his way toward the press box. And he's going to say,
he's signaling face mask and asking the half if he wants to take the play or the face mask. I think the face mask, you can go to Dan, is going to be in addition to what he lost on the run. It's after the play. It's like a personal foul. It adds to the loss.
So they're going to back him up here.
It wasn't after the play, guys.
So they backed him up from where he was tackled? Or from where the ball was snapped? Okay.
Okay.
No.
That's what they did, yeah.
All right, so they'll replay first down from the 16-yard line now. They have to get to the 45.
Chandler Henry over here on an island.
Here's the snap again to Ibieta, and he goes right up the middle following his blockers. And good solid running there. He'll be tackled at about the 24-yard line.
They got some good size up front, and you know our limited sizes on our defensive line. I like this from the Skippers. The quarterback Dusain hasn't even been on the field yet, and they're just saying we're going to give it to Ibieta, get behind that big power eye, and just try to lean on him. That'll wear us out as the game goes on.
A very unique formation here as they got.
Good gracious, you're right.
All three wide receivers right behind the left side of the line. So in essence, you got 6 guys in one spot. And Ibieta with the ball again, but nothing doing. This Wildcat defense doing a great job there. The defense coordinator, Doug Dotson, has this figured out. Hopefully he saw this on film where he knows how to defend it immediately.
He does sit on film. I saw it a couple of plays watching their film. Carson Rocker again from the free safety. Now be careful. An athlete as talented as Ibieta, I guarantee he can throw the ball. Maybe wait for that old Nebraska play where they think like they're going to run it. They send it tighten up the seam. We can't get too overly aggressive, but I'm with Coach Dotson. Let's stop the run first.
3rd down and 20 now for the Skippers.
And now the quarterback comes in the game, Chris. That's Dusain.
Dusain in there right now, and that is number 6, the quarterback. They'll put a man in motion. That's going to be McCowan. Pass going to be complete to the far side. No, it's incomplete. Looked like it had it in his hand and just dropped it as he turned up.
I'm going to go ahead and give Dane Carpenter credit on that pass breakup and Carson Rocker on the coverage as well. Nice job.
So it brings up a 4th down now for the Skippers, and they'll have to punt. Wildcats will send Ja'Cory Thomas back deep.
And you saw something in pregame about the punter.
Right, it looked like the punter was only able to punt like 25 yards or 22 yards at the most. So
let's see if the coaches saw that on film as well. They're bringing their return man up a little bit. Chris, you watched him 10 or 12 times, and he never got one above 25 yards.
Right, so this ball should hit at about the 49-yard line on the Skipper side. If what we saw at halftime at warm-ups was the same. No, this one well better, so maybe it was a different punter in there. But nonetheless, the Wildcats have the ball. 1st down and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Well, if you wanted to start a game as about as good as you could start it, this is it. Score on the first play from 66 yards, and then just absolutely dominate, keep them behind the chains on your first series. If this continues, I'm extremely impressed with the game plan that the Walker Wildcat coaching staff has put in play.
Now, when we were watching the punter, also the field goal kicker was kicking at the same time, so it could have been the same guy.
It looks like the guy, he got a good spiral now, and it carried a couple extra yards.
Yes.
Still short, only 30 yards.
1st down and 10 now for the Wildcats. This time they'll go a tight bunch to the right. Look like a typical formation for the Wildcats. Fake the handoff as Bethel rolls, spins, and he'll be brought down, sacked. And a good job of getting back there very quickly. Looks like number 44 in the carry getting back there.
I think that might have been 14.
14, excuse me, that's right.
John Patterson. And that's a slow development play, and Mandeville just brought pressure and got to Hunter.
Second down now for the Wildcats at long. Here's a handoff and dancing around, and nice little move right there. Getting some positive yard. Rashawn Simmons, the senior running back.
And if you've heard me talk, I believe Walker's got to commit to the running game. You saw right there, he had to break one tackle, and he gets another 10 yards. They keep going to that run game, get outside. I think they got a chance to move the football. 3rd and long now, so you'll probably see a throw.
And Hunter Bethel is a talented quarterback, and we'll see how they put the ball into the air. And we have a flag on the far side of the field. He's going to say illegal procedure against the Wildcats before the snap.
Yeah, and I don't think we'd have gained enough yardage. They're dropping 4 safeties, just covering the line to gain. If you look at the 49, that's where the 4 safeties will drop. So basically, they're going to give us any underneath route, and then they're going to try to tackle us before we get to the sticks. This is where Hunter's going to have to be accurate and on time. Let his receivers have a chance to to run the football.
3rd down and 22 now for the Wildcats. Well, they're moving up the field.
Yeah.
Make it 21 now. And the referee winds the clock. Wildcats will look to the sideline for the play call. Here's Bethel throwing, connecting to Warren Young at the 40-yard line, makes a move, and gain of about 10 on that one. And Ethan Lander downfield making a block, and they're going to call a flag on him.
Chris, this is the Shaquille O'Neal rule. He was just blocking. The kid flew back because he's small, and that's Ethan Lander. This is a bad call. This was not a cheap hit. The guy was going to make a tackle.
So Ethan Lander hustling downfield to make a play, and they're going to call a late hit on him, or.
And it doesn't really matter because we didn't pick up the 1st down, but that's going to put us behind the chains on the punt. This would have put us in positive field position.
So they're going to say dead ball, personal foul against him. So let's go down to Dan again. Dan, you were there. You saw what happened. So what was your interpretation of that play?
I was right on it, and I thought the block was within the play. He called it a late hit block, but I agree with Clint. It was the offensive lineman was so much bigger than the defensive back. He went flying back, and I think that's all the ref saw.
All right.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, he's right there on the front row. I'm glad he confirmed that because that's what I saw from up here.
Avietta stands at his own 45-yard line. He takes a couple of steps up. And the Wildcats will now be in punt formation. And it looks like the Skippers are in a regular defense, making sure we don't fake it. Here is the kick.
Good kick.
It hits at the 34-yard line, takes a Wildcat roll at the 20, and it'll be stopped right there at the 20-yard line. So the Skippers will take over at their own 20-yard line. Great punt.
Great punt. Flips the field. So far, Walker's played a good game. One thing Coach Mahaffey mentioned after the game in Santa Monica was we got to stay away from the negative plays. And you saw a sack for a negative 10, then you get a 15-yard penalty. We got to cut those negative plays out. But as far as execution otherwise, Walker's playing a great game so far. I'm watching on the, go ahead.
Wildcats lead 7-0, 8:10 to play in this first quarter.
Looks like 24, Andre Porter is now a cornerback for Walker. We don't see much of him. Let's see how he covers the superstar.
Hussein in at quarterback, and looks, throws, and it's incomplete. A little bit high, but still a catch that should be made by Devin Steele.
Yeah, Desane's got a good arm, and he threw it on time. And if you're Mandeville's coach, you know you got to pull that one down. He had soft coverage by McKenzie. You can see him communicating 17 and 7, making sure they know who's got who on an inside post and go. Basically, it's a sluggo, slant and go. Watch for that coming up. One of the keys to the game that we wrote down was we got to find somebody that can cover Ivietta. Right now we got 24 in there, who is a senior cornerback, so he's seen a lot of football.
Porter covers Ivietta. Ivietta will make his way across the field in motion. Now will be a handoff, and dancing around and making positive plays, and it will be enough for a first down. Running hard is Jordan Lee, the senior running back for the Skippers.
Yeah, Jerron, that's the guy that scares me. And you'll see as he gets warmed up, he's big, strong, and runs angry. You can see right there, picked up about 15 for the first down.
First down and 10, they'll mark it at the 35-yard line. Lee will be to the left, and he gets the handoff once again. Helmet comes off. Big number 70 there for the Skippers, and that's Caleb Collada. Helmet came off. He'll have to come out.
Yeah, he'll have to take a play off right there. Need to lean on Lee. He's big, he's strong, and then once we start coming up to try to stop the run, then you can take a chance deep with Ibieta. Now, Dusain doesn't like to run. He can run, but he's like Bethel. He's just a good athlete that would rather stay in the pocket and throw. You watch him on film, even when he breaks containment, he's still looking downfield. So the cornerbacks have to stay in coverage.
Number 60, Joshua Hart, comes in for the Skippers playing some offensive line. Here is a handoff to the left side. It'll be McCowan going around the left side, getting positive yards. Gain of about 20 on that play there. Good job of running.
Yeah, both running backs had really good games against Dunham, McGowan and Lee. You'll see them mix in and out. Ibieta won't go a game where he's got 10, 12 receptions, but he'll have 6 for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. So you got to watch him for the big play. You can see him getting a little antsy down there at the bottom of your screen. Couldn't be surprised to see him get a throw this way.
2 tailbacks flank Dusain now, and misdirection there as the ball was handed off again to McCowan. He'll try the left side, and another positive yard. I mean, the defense needs to stop him from getting these 7 yards and 10 yards per pop here.
Yeah, and we gave Walker credit in the first drive for the way they stopped him. Give Mandeville credit. They went away from that Wildcat, and they're letting their running backs lean on our defensive line. Very smart move by the skipping coaching staff.
By the way, the Skippers' official colors are blue and white, but very little blue on their uniforms tonight. They're wearing white jerseys and with these silver numerals. Second down and 3 now for the Skippers. They'll put a man in motion. That's McCown to the left. Wildcat defense adjusts to it. Here's a snap. Give the ball to Lee, and he falls down, and Jerron Lee falls down at the 40-yard line and loses a couple yards.
And Dane Carpenter, number 2, the linebacker, was cheating over. We'll talk about that when we get back.
Okay, it's a 6-minute water break. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Wildcat football on WLFT.
Good job, man. Coach.
I watched the time, Dan. The time on your clock showed 23 right whenever we went. So we'll be able to keep track of the time a little bit. I'm just talking to myself. If you look at your phone, our connection time is at 23. So that's about when we went to commercial break.
Hold him up, Dan. Hold him up.
Hold him up, Daniel. We're not even. We're not even a minute into it.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, Chris kind of saw it. 23. All right. We'll handle it. But tell Dan to hang on. All right. They had him go fix it.
Okay.
You said it was 23.
Yeah.
So when it gets to 20, we got a minute, Dan.
We got a minute and 10 seconds right now. About 45 seconds now. Walker High School. Crystal still along with Clint Carver, working on some technical difficulties here, trying to communicate with everybody. A lot of moving parts here, but we're working it out. Third down now for the Skippers after the mandatory hydration water break. something the LHSAA does, make sure all the players get water during the game. They'll take a break every 6 minutes and snap directly to Ibieta, and he is off to the races, and he is going to run and score. There's going to be a 39-yard touchdown run.
Good job by the superstar. It's actually a 3-star. We got a flag. I think he may have said something. We may get a taunting call right here. But he was patient. Instead of just running up in the line of scrimmage, he paused for about 2 seconds, let the hole develop, and took it to the house. We'll see what the call is.
Referees are meeting over there at the 7-yard line on the far side of the field, and the white hat will be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Skippers, and the action coach Mahaffey, where he wants to.
He's gonna take on the kickoff.
He's gonna take it on the kickoff, so they'll back him up.
What's your thought on that? I always thought put him back in the extra point. That's another 15 yards. Maybe that keeps the point off the board, but every level they take it on the kickoff.
Now, I'm with you. Don't you think about it? If a high school kicker backing him up that much, 15 extra yards, that becomes extremely hard. But nice kick right there.
And
now we have
blew it again. Blew it down again.
And we got a approaching on the defense, I believe.
We have another penalty here.
They're going to go for it.
So there's going to be encroachment on the defense, Dan tells us, which means the Skippers will now be half the distance closer to the goal as opposed to being at the 3-yard line. They'll be at the 1.5, and so they're going to get their offense out.
Nope, they decided not to, Chris. It looked like they were sending their offense out, and the coach just sent the kicker back out. I thought it might be a good idea with the size of their running backs and Ibieta, maybe go for it from the 1.5.
Interesting that they have the holder is a linebacker.
Yeah.
John Patterson is a linebacker, but
he's been all over the field too. Now he's got to go in there and hold.
Here's the place, and his block. Good job with Ja'Cory Thomas coming in there and blocking the extra point. So with 5:51 to play in the first quarter, you score Wildcats 7 and the Skippers 6.
So the Skippers went back to that Wildcat with Ibieta. It worked. I hate to say things that sound degrading on TV. Our defense is new. They're undersized. So they have to bend but don't break. The offense is going to have to score almost every possession. So we'll see what Walker can do right here. I think the 15-yard on the kickoff now helps because he's not going to be able to get it in the end zone. And we may see one of our Ja'Cory Thomas or Warren Young run one back here. Actually, Warren won't be out there. It'll be 88. Joe Buckley. Coach wants to talk it over. They're going to back him up another 5. That's kind of what I was afraid of with Ibieta on the field. I mean, remember we watched Brian Thomas do it for 4 years. He catches him, or 3 years. He catches one in space and touchdown.
Yep.
Ibieta's got the same kind of shiftiness and speed at the top.
So Will Banks has the ball teed up at the Mandeville 25-yard line. And we'll have to see how this plays out. Wildcats should be in good field position here. Coming up and making the catch is Buckley, and he'll get right at about midfield, and the Wildcats will take over first down and 10.
Great field position. The penalty worked out. Good call by Coach Mahaffey taking on the kickoff. We haven't seen Buckley much this year. He's listed as a junior running back. You notice they keep kicking the ball away from Thomas, which is smart. Buckley keeps doing what he's doing. He's going to pop one here in just a second.
Here comes the Wildcat offense. They'll have a short field, starting at their own 49-yard line to see if they can get the offense going here and not go backwards and get some positive yardage going forward.
I've seen McClendon in the game. Now they may lean on this run here. McClendon, the bigger of the 2 running backs.
Yeah, the more bruising running back, not real shifty. He's going to come right at you downfield. And then Bethel loses the handle on it. Of course, we had that rain earlier today, and it could be the ball slick with the humidity and the rain and everything else. So.
And Dan said it was drizzling earlier, but Hunter's better than that. You got a towel back there, spray something on your hands. That's just one of those things that don't happen very much. You see it every once in a while on a blooper reel where the ball just falls out of your hand. But now we're behind the sticks, negative plays.
Second down and 16 now for the Wildcats. C.J. McClendon, the sophomore running back for the Wildcats. And he's met in the backfield trying to dance around and make something happen, but very good job by this defensive front of the Skippers and getting in there very quick. It looked like Clarence Joseph back there to make the stop.
Yeah, I was hoping our offensive line returning a lot of players was going to be better. What they struggle at, Chris, is communication. And right there you had a guy looking like he was in a blitz at one hole, and they blitzed from a different gap, and there was no communication, and the two guys went unblocked. Got to clean that up moving forward, or it's going to be a long night.
Jarvis Patterson, the lone wide receiver to the right for the Wildcats. Third down now, and long. Here's a snap. Plenty of protection. Bethel looks down the field, gets a man wide open. Can he connect? Oh! Just out of the hands of Ja'Cory Thomas. Ja'Cory had at least 2 steps on him and threw in a double coverage, but he had him beat.
That was a great throw, and you can see he's got his hands on his head. Ja'Cory Thomas wants that back. 9.9 out of 10 times he catches that ball and brings it for a touchdown. Then you got to make those plays. You got to execute. I keep bringing your point up. They were close in the Santa Mo game, and when they were ready to make a strike, they didn't execute. Maybe Ja'Cory will pick himself up here later in the game. Good throw by Bethel.
Of course, Ibieta back at his own 26-yard line now. The Wildcats will spread the formation out here, and they're still in punt formation. 4th down now. Ball's at their own 42-yard line. A lot of movement by the Wildcat punt team, but no flags called. Good punt, and Ibieta calls for the fair catch. He does so at the 30-yard line where the Skippers will take over 1st down and 10.
A lot of times the punting game is what struggles at the high school level. Great job by Ray on that punt. High enough to get us a fair catch, and we have another flag on the play.
See what the penalty is, and
I didn't see anything. Looks like it's holding. And that's got to be frustrating for the Mandeville coaching staff. You get a kind of a pooch punt just to get a fair catch. You're going to get the ball at the 45, 44, 45, and they call a holding call.
So they'll put the ball at the Skipper 20-yard line. They'll have 80 yards to go in 4:11.
It's too early to say this is a pivotal drive, but this is extremely important. We got them behind the 50 in negative yards. We got to be able to stop Ibieta in the Wildcat.
4:11 to play in the first quarter. Your score: Wildcats lead 7-6 here. Double slot here for the Skippers. Trying to simulate the snap there. Trying to make the Wildcats jump offside, but Ibieta in the Wildcat formation once again. Here's a snap. Looks like he's really going to throw it this time. Nope. He's going to take off running down the field. Good draw. Makes a man move, miss at the 30-yard line, and down the field he'll be brought down at the 36-yard line. Gain of about 17 yards on that play.
That's well designed. If they saw something in our defense, I'm watching our linebackers. You don't think Ibieta's going to throw it, so the coach has him dropping back 2 steps. That forces our linebackers to drop in coverage. All he's got to do is get past the defensive line, and he's going to pick up 12 to 15 every time. We're going to have to start doing some run blitz, make Ibieta throw up, and now they've shifted. Once they get inside the 35, here comes Dusain.
Dusain in again. They'll put Ibieta forward to the right this time, but it'll be a handoff right up the middle. And I'll tell you what, the Skippers offensive coordinator is doing a great job of changing stuff up and doing a whole bunch of different things. Michael Mangano for the Skippers there, man, I've seen some incredible formations here. You don't know what's coming next.
And that's helping his run game. He has adjusted to everything we've done, and it's only the first quarter. They have a good staff as well. Good chess match going on. You know, side note, how does Ibieta get out of Mandeville and go to Miami with all the colleges in Louisiana? I wonder if he's got ties to that South Florida area. But man, he's a good-looking kid.
2nd down and 8 now. Inside shuttle pass, and that's going to be to McGowan. And he'll try the left side, and he will gain about 14 yards on that play for another Skipper 1st down.
Yeah, number 31, Caden Dunn, defensive end for Walker. He's going to be yelled at in this film study. He's got to stay as deep as the deepest back. He came too flat, didn't see the reverse. gave up a big chunk of yards right there.
Chaz Oliver in the game now for the Wildcats as Porter comes off.
A little bigger defensive back, not quite as quick, but can jump if he needs to.
Skippers now in Wildcat territory at the Wildcat 48-yard line. DeSang throws McCown complete, and another Skipper first down as they get 11 on that one.
This is going to be a recurring theme all year. We play a really, really hard schedule, and our defense is just, they're inexperienced in the secondary, and they're young. Patrick McKenzie's a sophomore. Carson Rocker, a junior. Let's see what DiMartino. He's a senior, 34. That's your oldest guy back there in secondary.
Chandler Cater comes off the field for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. DeSang looks, throws extremely hard, and the pass is going to be incomplete as Ivietta's helmet comes off as he was sandwiched in between two Wildcats. Hit hard there, kind of coming up a little bit gingerly.
Yeah, I don't want to see him hurt, but that was 52. Sam Hoover got blocked all the way back to the where the route was run, and that's what collided with Ivietta. So I think he may have just come off because he lost his helmet, but he is kind of limping a little bit.
2:20 to play in the first quarter. Wildcats lead 7-6 in this non-district contest between the Mandeville Skippers and your Walker Wildcats.
I would be surprised if we didn't see Jerron Lee right here with an inside handoff.
You're saying there's the handoff to Lee, tried the left side, and he is on his way, and he's going to be able to get in for the touchdown, and that will be a 37-yard touchdown run by Lee.
Although I said it was about to happen, it can't happen. It's just an inside handoff. Their best receivers on the sideline. That's why I knew they were going to hand it to Lee. It's not because I know what play they're running. And the defense has to know that. Set the edge on the outside, which they didn't, and the secondary just missed tackles. Wow. And just like that, the game has flipped. And pending the extra point, could be 13-7.
Skippers take a 12-7 lead.
Some confusion on who's supposed to be in. It's a little too late in the season for that kind of stuff.
High snap. Linebacker gets it down, and the kick is up, and it is good. So, is Will Banks. Correction, he missed that. It's going to be no good.
They said no good?
Yep. So, after 1:54 to play in the first quarter, your score Wildcats 7 and the Skippers 12.
Last time we were on the air was in the scrimmage. It was a fast-moving game. This is what you call a slow-moving game. A lot of throwing, a lot of incompletions, a lot of penalties, stopping the clock. We're still in the first quarter and a 12-7 ball game. Well, this is big, Chris. With the 2 missed extra points, all we do is score, we take the lead. I think Walker has got to run the football.
Just get back to what works.
Just right.
If
you don't have the skill, yes.
The trick play worked on the first one, and that was great. But now, just get back to what works. Get some confidence. Get the play, your bread and butter. Like every time we run this play, we know we're going to get positive yards. I believe that's what the Wildcats need to do as well.
Bring in a bigger, get rid of that 4 receiver. Bring in a big package.
Here's the kick, and it's going to be handled once again by Buckley at about the 20-yard line. He has a hold at the 30, and he's going to be brought down out of bounds at the 37-yard line. First down and 10 for the Wildcats.
3 really good runs, but he's little. And every time they've got a hand on him, he's going down. He just can't, just not quite big enough yet to break the tackles. But man, he's fast, and he's got a good vision, hits the hole well. Good blocking by the kickoff return team. It's just hard to stop them on defense. And we're going to go 4 receivers again.
4 receivers, Patterson, and it will be Noah Cecil at the top of the screen for you.
So there's nobody going to be in the middle. If you drag somebody, it should be open.
This time Buckley will go in motion and a little bit out of the reach for Buckley as pass goes incomplete again. And again, I think the Wildcats were trying to do something, a nice little pass right in his hand. Looked like Bethel put a little bit too much on that.
Yeah, he got to put a little more touch on it. But 14, the linebacker for Mandeville, Patterson was right on him. Everybody's covered. The middle is open.
Second down and 10. This one batted in the air, and this is going to be an incomplete pass. But of course, you're taught always assume that it's live and jump on it. But
Yeah, that was definitely an incomplete pass. They can't mess this up. But Chris, they're dropping 4 guys in the secondary and just blanking in the field. They're blitzing everybody up the middle. We're going to have to create some kind of space right about the 40-yard line, right over the middle of the field.
Patterson and Thomas to the right of the screen. Wildcats will look for the play, and they'll try to isolate Lauren Young down here to the left. Here is the throw, and it is caught for the Wildcats and crossing the 50-yard line and getting out of bounds, and Wildcats with a first down and in Skipper territory as well.
Great first down, great throw by Bethel on time. And that's just a great route at the top of your screen by Patterson. He ran him off, came back to the ball, great job.
First down and 10, 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. Wildcats trail 7-12. In there in the backfield now will be Rayshawn Simmons, the senior running back.
A little more speed out there, but you got an H-back. We may run the ball here one time.
Skipper's still shifting around with the Wildcats, and the misdirection handoff. Simmons tries the right side and gets some positive yardage, and the Wildcats now to 28 seconds, and it could be a great time to use a timeout right now.
Was first quarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how slow it's moving.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's a good job by the offensive line. They let the guys blitz. They just pushed them out of the way, and Rayshawn found the hole, but he only got 4 yards.
I was really thinking this was the second quarter. How slow this
has been up here forever.
So 4 seconds now, 3, 2,
and a flag.
1. And we have a flag with 1 second left. So after this next play, we have a sideline warning. And so after this next play, we'll take our commercial break in between quarters.
I think they may start the clock here.
And they do start it.
Yeah. And that's going to do it.
And that is the end of the first quarter, with your score, Wildcats 7 and the Skippers 12. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Wildcats football on WLFT.
When you call an ALE Plumbing, it means you need a dirty job done right. ALE is locally owned and operated right here in Walker. They are a proud supporter of Walker High. ALE offers 24-hour repair service covering a wide variety of problems. ALE also offers some specialty work in the form of sewer line video inspections, slab leak repairs, and a certification, installation, and repair of backflow preventers. Give ALE a call to get it done.
Welcome to Walker Pharmacy, your local stop for pharmaceutical needs. Whatever prescription you may need, we can provide it with high-quality service. We have a wide array of over-the-counter medications. If you are feeling thirsty while checking out, we offer a considerable variety of beverages at your convenience. Make sure to stop by our gift shop while you wait and pick up items that your loved ones would cherish. And remember, we're your local pharmacy where patients come first.
I'm Steve Stafford.
I'm William Scott Dykes.
And we're the official law firm of the Walker Wildcats. We're Livingston Parish lawyers helping the people of Livingston Parish.
We're located just off the interstate in Walker.
If you're injured in an accident, if you have a criminal matter, or if you need a succession, give us a call. Don't go to Baton Rouge for an attorney.
For attorneys you can trust, call us.
Did you know that North Shore Technical Community College has a new facility in Livingston Parish? Whether you are interested in starting a career or looking for a new career, stop by the campus to learn about electrical, welding, nursing, university transfer pathways, and workforce training programs. Financial aid counselors and instructors are available and ready to answer questions and guide you through the enrollment process. Affordable tuition, quality education, and a convenient location. Build your future at North Shore Technical Community College.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris LaDue along with Clint Carver, Dan Murphy on the field. We start the second quarter. Wildcats trail 12-7. Wildcats have the ball on the Skipper 40-yard line for a second down and 7. Here's a snap. Bethel looks, throws, and back shoulder throw to Patterson. We're not going to say he missed through it. We'd say it was a back shoulder.
Back shoulder. When I'm watching the half down, he got on Jarvis. That's the same play they ran for the first down, where he runs the guy off and then comes back 3 good hard yards. He didn't do that. I noticed they put in an H-back 29. Walker did. Noah Cecil is now in a slot to block. and now he's going to split out. But they were trying to pick up that extra blitz to give Hunter a little bit more time, and it's been productive.
So 3rd down and 8 now for the Wildcats. We've got to get the first down here.
Could be 4 down territory.
Snap. Floater in the middle. Thomas on the catch, and he'll make a move to the left side. Makes the move. They got a flag. He'll be in for a touchdown. At the moment, it is a 40-yard touchdown catch by Thomas. We'll have to check the flag at the 18-yard line.
They're going to call hold, and it's going to come back. Yeah. But I tell you, Chris, that middle of the field was open. Great job by the offense coordinator running that drag.
All right, Dan, what did you see on that play?
Well, it's all on the outside of the field, but whenever there's a block going on and the defender tries to get away but doesn't get away, holding's called 99% of the time, and that's exactly what happened on that. The defender, I don't know if he was across the field, so I don't know if he was acting, but as soon as he tries to get away and act like he can, it's going to draw a flag every time.
Yep.
All right,
good point, Dan. Because you're running up the field and the defender does this kind of a flop and a wobble, and it's just hard to see everything, and they're going to call it. We still get the first down, though.
Yes, the holding was 10 yards past of where the first down chains were. So the Wildcats still have the first down, but the points are taken off the board, and they still trail 7-12 with 11:46 to play in the second quarter. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, floater out to Cecil, and makes a move and hit hard. Good job of wrapping up over there, and it's going to be Pedavento for the Skippers, but hopefully Cecil is all right because he took a real shot there.
Yeah, and he's more of an H-back tight end, not as fast. He needs to cut up inside the block. McKenzie was blocking the guy outside, and he blocked him right into him.
This time the Wildcats will have Buckley to the right of Bethel.
Watch the blitz here. Watch those linebackers.
Buckley now will go in motion to the left. Bethel will take off running, and he has a block. And good job of Bethel lowering the shoulder and getting out of bounds, but nonetheless, it will be Mosby getting credit for the tackle for the Skippers.
I wish I was friends with Coach Tom, but that is a great call. The linebackers had to, what they call cowboy out to cover all those receivers, and he calls a quarterback draw. Bethel athletic enough to pick up the first down. And we're moving the sticks, Chris. Now can we punch it in? We saw this at the same time, Center Mall, and we couldn't punch it in. Can we get 7?
First down and 10. Holds up the 15-yard line. Here's the snap. Gives the ball to the big running back, Bruisen, and can't make a move. Coming in there, number 14, John Patterson, the linebacker, holds, and he shoots the gap right there and is able to make a stop.
That's exactly right. Linebackers are taught to rate their keys. When your guy in front of you pulls, you fill it in, and Patterson did not miss the tackle. We talked about it in the pregame. You're going to have to break one tackle. Walker's yet to have broken that tackle. He breaks that, he gets another 10.
So to bring up second down and 13 now for Walker. Here's the pass. It's going to be caught right inside the 10-yard line. And they'll mark him at the 10.
Mitchell Mosby on the coverage. I think that play's open because he has to respect the deep threat of Patterson. Patterson runs a 15-yard in route, and it's open. It's been open 3 out of 3 times.
Here's a snap again. Pass quickly to the left side. And there you go. There's the broken tackle. See if we can make something happen, but everybody closes in on him.
Yeah, he held on to him just long enough to get that pursuit.
Warren Young on the reception for the Wildcats.
And as a coach, that's a good call. The outside receiver made the block. He's got one guy to beat, and he let him hold him on just long enough. And now with those 2 missed extra points, this is an opportunity to go for a field goal and get within 2. And that's what Walker's going to do.
All right, the Wildcats will now try for a field goal. Looks like it's going to be a 30-yard attempt. Ray ready to do the kicking duties, and the Skippers jump offside, so it will be a 25-yard attempt, it looks like.
So I just heard from Dan, Coach Mahaffey is calling the plays tonight. Coach Mahaffey.
So now, they're going to read. reevaluate how they're going to do things, and the offense will come back out on the field here, and they'll mark it 4th down and 4 now. And you like this, Clint, or would you rather try to get the points?
And the way we're moving the ball, I think I like it. You got some momentum, but they're going to blitz. You either have to run a drag over the middle, or you have to run right at them. Make sure we pick up the blocks. And it cost them a timeout, which is good.
And we have a timeout on the field for the Skippers.
So you think, is it worth 3 points? Is this going to be a close game? It's going to be a low-scoring game? I don't think so. Now that it's only 4th and 3, you take a chance. But I'm telling you, if you saw the way they lined up, they had everybody on the line of scrimmage, Mandeville that is, and they're going to blitz. So if we try to pull or anything slow development, it's not going to work. You're going to do a quick slant over the middle, or we're going to have to run the ball right at them. And that's what the half is going to have to decide. The problem is if you run it, it's a safe play. You got a chance, but they can stuff you. If you throw it, you're probably going to have somebody open, but you got to throw it, you got to catch it, you got to get the first. A lot of moving parts there.
Looking at the Wildcats schedule, next game will be Bastrop, and that will be a home game. Now, a little bit of a change there. That game was supposed to be the homecoming game, but with the hurricane and all this stuff, it became too much, too quick, too soon for everybody. Of course, getting the things settled up as far as the homecoming. We're talking about having a homecoming dance on the football field, because and the first thing people are going to say is, why would you have it on the football field? People, there is 2,000 kids on this campus, and that could be a lot of kids on the gym floor. Yep. So 4th down and short here. We'll get into that a little bit more. There is a handoff trying on the right side, diving in, and it will be a touchdown for the Wildcat, and that is going to be Carson Rocker on the end around.
That's Ja'Cory Thomas.
Excuse me.
Great play call, and I think it's going to go down as a throw because it was a shuffle pass. So it's actually going to be a touchdown pass from Hunter Bethel, but great play call. The quick motion, the defense couldn't get set, and they knew they were blitzing up the middle, so how do you beat that? You go wide. And did you notice he broke a tackle? If that first guy tackles Ja'Cory Thomas, he does not get the first down. Great job.
You were talking about that, breaking the tackle and making it to the next
level. You'll see it all night. Yep, you'll see it all night.
And the Skippers jump again when the Wildcats go down. No flag this time. Rhea kicks, and this one is good. So with 8:57 to play in the second quarter, your score, Wildcats 14 and the Skippers 12.
What a drive. You talk about answering when we need to. Great play calling, great execution. We got behind the chains a couple of times, but Hunter Bethel made some good throws. We made some good runs, and I haven't said it lately because they haven't played at home, but in the scrimmage, I thought that Hunter Bethel was going to have to run the ball this year. We have to have some form of threat from the quarterback position at the high school level. And this one play that they drove down their throat, Bethel makes the long run. So if he can just be functional as a runner, 3, 4, 5 times a game, get positive yards where they have to at least account for him, I think that's going to open some things up for him.
The Wildcats take the lead again. 8:57 to play in the second quarter.
Got a big game tomorrow. LSU will be home. I know Papa Murphy's does a lot for the Walker Wildcats. They also do a lot for the LSU Tigers, courtesy of Dan Murphy.
Here's the kick for the Wildcats, and they'll pooch it, and it will hit at the 24-yard line. Ibieta gets it, and he'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 33-yard line. First down and 10 for the Skippers.
Yeah, I'll consider that a win. Kick it to the sideline, keep it in bounds, and you don't let Ibieta get any kind of momentum. Look, Ibieta's talking. Remember, he got done sportsmanlike call earlier, and he's chatting with the Walker defense. It would be nice to get him a little bit out of his game, kind of get him rattled.
Yeah, you're right. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Skippers at their own 33-yard line. And we'll have to see what kind of play comes up with Michael Manguno. And if he has any kind of new things up his sleeve here, and you may want to go back to that unique formation when you had all 6 people at that bunch type formation on one side.
I think I give it to Lee again. He's starting to get his rhythm.
Ibieta in motion to the right. Here's a handoff to Lee. As you mentioned, staying right behind his blockers and trying to cut off his blockers. Good job of running the ball right there by Lee again.
Great point, Chris. You know, when I was a player, that we had drills where we would have to hold the jersey of our lineman to follow the block. Well, nowadays in football, everything is a space. It's good to see him. He stayed right on his tackles behind and picked up 3 or 4. He keeps doing that. Eventually, he's going to pop one. If I do the math right, 3 yards every play is a first down.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Cloud of dust, yep. It's boring, but it works.
So the Skippers will look to the sideline now for another play. Of course, nobody does a huddle anymore in high school football. Very rare that you'll see a team huddle up. Here's a pass up the middle and falling down. And is Ibieta, and I saw no contact. I think he just lost his feet on that.
Yeah, no, they just kind of got their feet tangled. Good no call. What you need to watch is number 3 for the Skippers, Douglas McGowan, coming out of the backfield, getting covered by a linebacker. That's a mismatch. I guarantee you the Skippers will go back to that play, and instead of throwing it to Ibieta, they throw it to McGowan. He's going to be open.
Brings up a 3rd down and 8 now for the Skippers.
It's a big stop. This would be a monster stop for the defense.
Man, the Skippers, they just look so good on so many plays, and all of a sudden they just fall apart.
Well, it's like they ran the ball, and they only got 3 yards, so they abandoned the run. Dude, run the ball. Get 3, get 4, get 5. I'm an old school guy. I like to run the ball and lean on some people.
Here's a snap. Plenty of time. Throws a little bit high. Intercepted. Boom! And there's the interception by Carson Walker at the 48-yard line. First down 10 for the Wildcats.
What a great opportunity for Carson Walker. Great coverage. He was going to give up the underneath route, and Dusain just got a little bit underneath the ball, and great job. Again, he could have missed that ball. That's a heck of a catch. He's not a receiver. He's a quarterback turned defensive back. Great job of extending the hands and pulling it in, Carson Walker. Proud of you, kid. Nice job. And now, let's go punch it in. Let's get some separation. Let's get that 2-score lead, which they haven't had in a month of Sundays. I tell you, going back to last year, I don't think they had any leads in the game last year towards the end of the season.
So it'll be Noah Ciso to the right. 2 wide receivers, double slot now for the Wildcats. They look to the sidelines. See what they can do to get the ball moving here forward. Here's Bethel throws, and on the far side of the field, and it's going to be a catch.
Chris, I think they can do this every play. They're running a soft, it's not really a cover 4, it's a cover 2, but it's 4 high safeties, 2 cornerbacks, 2 safeties, and they're basically saying, I'm going to give you 4 or 5 yards. I'm going to give it to you, but I'm not letting you beat me deep. So let's take it. Just 2-step drop, hit the 5-yard stop.
2nd down and 5 now. As you mentioned, they'll put Cecil in the back.
1-2, throw it.
There's a pass a little bit high, and there's a hit, but no flag on there. Looked like that could have been a late hit or something like that. What do you think?
They call it a defenseless receiver. He goes up for the catch, he misses it, the ball's past him 3 or 4 yards, and then he gets laid out. That's what football is trying to get rid of. But it was right there at the referee's feet, and he thought it was a good call. Gosh, to me that's a negative play because you don't get any yardage on that. And Noah Cease was not going to break that tackle.
Wildcats look to the sideline again for the play to change. There's 8 seconds on the play clock. Wildcats lead 14-12 with 7:16 to play in the 2nd quarter. They'll put Simmons in motion to the left, and right up the middle, they'll be stopped at about the 40-yard line and bring up a very interesting 4th down and 2.
Chris, I'm going to run the same play. That's Hunter Bethel. He's no threat right now. He picked up 3, only needs another 2. Spread them out. You got to go for it here. How much time we got? 6:56 and running. You're on their side of the field. You know, a punt could go in the end zone, and it's a 20-yard net. You got to go for it right here. I do a run.
Kind of that no man's land where 4th down and 2, and you got to. And this could be a tremendous confidence builder for the Wildcat offense if they get the 1st down here. Even though it's 2 yards, getting the 4th down, 1st down is very important. Here's the handoff to Simmons, and carries them to the 42-yard line with the see where they mark, left foot, right foot. And Dan, you were right there on the line. What did you see as far as the momentum?
Where the spot came in, man, that is really close. Well, gave it to him. One advantage of automatic third field, no measurements.
That's all Rashad Simmons right there. He was met in the backfield, and he just willed it to happen. Just pushed and pushed and pushed, and that's what I like to see right there. Turn this turnover into points. And run that clock down. Skippers can't score if they don't have the ball.
13 seconds. This may be the last play before the hydration timeout, as we got 8, 7, 6, and the Wildcats do get it off. We have a flag down on the far side of the field as the Wildcats run it right up the middle, and they'll stop the play here with 6 minutes. They'll see what the penalty is, and then we'll take our hydration break now, or what's going to
They didn't stop the play, so it wasn't a false start. Could have been legal procedure.
All right, this is going to be our hydration timeout. We'll take a break. Let's look at the penalty. It'll be a legal procedure against the Wildcats. They'll back them up when we get back from the hydration break. We'll take a break. We'll be right back for more Wildcat football on WLFT.
Life's hard. You want to get it right, we want to help. Maybe you feel like Christians are more known for what they're against.
But we want you to know that God is for you, and we are for you.
No matter who you are,
or where you are on life's journey, we have a place for you.
we'd love for you to come and check it out.
Drop, yo.
I was so blessed to work with my dad for 26 years. And to have my son come back now, just like my dad had me, that's a special bond. And that's why I want the family environment to always be here to make decisions based on what's best for the customer.
It is now kind of generational, and we want that family culture and aspect to spread through the whole dealership.
A dealership with 50 years of tradition in Baton Rouge. We want to be at our best, and not only in making this place better, but evolving it into the future.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux along with Clint Carver. 6 minutes remain in the second quarter. Wildcats lead 14-12.
And the penalty was on Walker, illegal procedure, to back them up 5 again.
It's an illegal formation, guys. That 5 in the backfield in that last play.
Here's the snap. Bethel looks, throws. Good play action. Has Ja'Cory Thomas wide open once again. Caught at the 8-yard line. What an incredible play and a good play action. Hunter Bethel made that play happen.
That's a great play action, and he knew he was going to get hit, stood in there and threw a great pass. And we talked about Ja'Cory Thomas. That's the exact same play. He dropped it over here, and we said he's going to get another shot. That time he pulled it in. If you want to find a mismatch, it's 29 for the defense and 6 for the offense. If we can give Bethel an extra second, we can throw the ball deep more.
Ja'Cory Thomas had 5 catches versus Sanamore for 12 yards. Much better game today. First down and goal now for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. Give the ball to McClendon. The ball is fumbled into the arms of number 14, and he is off to the races. It's going to be Patterson taking off, and nobody's going to catch him. We'll have to see if they can get to him. And no, it's going to be we'll call it a 97-yard fumble return by John Patterson.
Absolutely devastating. I'm going to take the blame for that because I said as long as Mandeville doesn't have the ball, they cannot score. And that fumble that Patterson kid's been all over. That was a very athletic play. He was caught in some traffic. He flushed out of it, and he outran one of our fastest receivers for 90 yards for a touchdown. Because the first 7, it was in traffic. And then it was a full-on sprint. Wow. What a turn of events. The coaches are trying to clap. They're trying to stay positive because the truth is there's still positivity here. We're getting the ball back. We're not going to be down but a couple of points. We'll see if they'll go for 2 here.
Wildcats lead 4.
Oh man!
The Skippers now lead 18-14. And the Skippers will bring their offense onto the field here.
Yep.
And it will be Ibieta in the Wildcat formation again. And now the Wildcats will call a timeout. Of course, I think that's a good timeout. They take a timeout when they're going for 2, especially this part of the game.
They had pulled their defense off the field. They had their extra point team on the field, and Mandeville sent their offense out, so they had to call a timeout.
So, if you couldn't hear Dan, that's a good point. Is we thought they were kicking the extra point, or the extra point, so we had our, I guess, field goal kick block in, and they were offense. So we had to take a timeout. That's our first one. So
right. What an incredible play by the defense there, and of course Patterson. Man, we've been calling his name all over the field there, and that's just the opportunity to be in the right place at the right time. The ball literally just popped right in his hands and took off running.
And we don't have instant replay, but you could see he should have been tackled about the 5-yard line, and he was not going to be denied. What a great play!
So now we'll go back to the field here as the Skippers will bring their offense up, and of course we mentioned Ibieta will be in the Wildcat. The Skippers said they like their formation and their play call, so they're going to stick with it. And they'll put a man in motion. That's McGowan. And here's the snap. Ibieta will go to the right side. Nobody there, and he'll walk in for the 2-point conversion. So now the Skippers lead 20-14 with 5:26 to play in the second quarter.
I'm not going to compare Ibieta to Kevin Falk, but I got to see Kevin Falk in high school. He's one of the best players I've ever seen, and he played quarterback. And he did exactly what Ibieta would do right there. He would line up, he would move his motion guy, and he would tell you where he was going, and you just couldn't stop him. Now he's a little bit bigger than him, but that's what Ibieta can do in that Wildcat formation. Is just, I mean, you don't want to. The guy's going to Miami. You're trying to stop him from getting 2 or 3 yards. It's tough. It's very tough, and that was a great job of blocking. I thought the linebacker probably should have scraped outside, but I mean, it's tough. Kid's good.
And of course, Kevin Falk was averaging 300 yards rushing per game.
Yeah, you were around that area back then.
I was coaching at Opelousas, and then.
And he goes to LSU. He plays 14 years, and you know, if you haven't heard, tragically, his daughter passed away last week, so he's on leave of absence. Our prayers go out to him and the Karen Crow family. But man, you talk about an all-time great, Kevin Falk. Maybe
Absolutely.
One of the top 5 players to ever come out of Louisiana.
Absolutely. So now the Skippers have the ball teed up here, and it will be Will Banks doing kicking duties for the Skippers, and they'll kick it from the 40-yard line, the traditional spot. Here's the kick, and puts a foot into it. Back deep, and it's going to be Buckley handling the ball at about the 10-yard line. Dances around the 25, makes a move, and see if he can turn on some speed here. A little stiff arm there. People are going down right at the 30-yard line.
Not a bad run. Got a little fight in the middle. Referees letting them play. I appreciate that. It's an intense game, and this is high school football, guys. This is not the University of Alabama. If this would have happened at the University of Alabama, you tell them, hey, it's okay, a lot of game left. This is that's a crushing blow to the Walker Wildcats. You're going to see if we can see some resiliency by the coaching staff and the players. If we can get on some kind of a march here, you don't want to go 3 and out and give Mandeville another shot to score here. But you can feel it, Chris. The air it just deflated out of this place.
Then you got to figure that's a 14-point swing there for that one play that just happened there, as opposed to the Wildcats scoring. It was the Skippers that scored on the exact same play.
Instead of being up 9, we're down 6.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Wildcats. They'll look to the sideline for the adjustments, and here is the screen pass, a little bit high, caught though by Rashawn Simmons. Simmons makes a move at the 50-yard line. He'll be run down. 1st down, comes up flexing there and says yes.
Great catch by Rashad Simmons, but absolutely perfect execution by Hunter Bethel. Lets the defender get on him as he's going back. He just floats it up. He's got to guess that his guy's going to be there. It's going to be a pick 6. Great execution right there.
Wildcats will go double slot here again, and they'll try to go quick. Here's Bethel, throws just out of the hand reach of Jarvis Patterson. A little bit high, but man, right there.
Yeah, I think Jarvis would tell you he should have made that play. He just tried to get a towel. Hands were a little slick. That's that 5-yard stop that I think they're going to give to us. They're playing a cushion. They believe if we get inside the 20, they can stop us. So they're basically going to play soft and let us march down the field and then keep us out of the end zone.
Big number 96 is hurt for the Skippers there, and that's Clarence Joseph, the defensive lineman, the junior, and he'll make his way off the field with 4:53 to play in the second quarter. And we took note that the Skipper band is now making their way to the field, so maybe we'll see both bands be able to perform here at halftime.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think they've got a really good one in Mandeville. They'll usually play a condensed version of what they normally play, as Walker will too, to get them both in the field, but should be interesting. Right now we got a 2nd and 10, and we got to figure out a way to keep the ball moving forward. Like right there, if Patterson can catch it, it's a 4-yard gain. Now it's 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 10, opens up the whole playbook.
They're going to mark the ball at the 49-yard line for a 2nd down and 10 now.
Warren Young been very quiet today, number 13 at the top of your screen. Man-to-man coverage.
Put a man in motion, and here is the handoff. And met in the backfield, and trying to make something happen is Thomas. Thomas goes around the side, and now he's taken off. It looks like it could be a 49-yard touchdown run, and it is. Wow. Thomas having a great night with a 49-yard touchdown run.
Bethel, and I believe that was 29, Noah Cecil on the backside block, and he's a special player. I mean, he's the next one in line. Great job by Ja'Cory Thomas. Should have been tackled. The key to the game, Chris, break a tackle. And it opens. I've been watching film on these guys for 4 hours today, and I noticed there's always one guy that makes a tackle. The 2 times we've broken it, taken it to the house, great job of answering, Walker. Super proud of these guys. Awesome job.
20-20. We are tied here in the second quarter. Rhea has the kicking duties ready to go. And here's the snap. The kick is up. And the referees say that it is good. So with 4:39 to play in the second quarter, you score Wildcats 21 and the Skippers 20. So wow, what an incredible comeback for the Wildcats. And even though we had that misfortune on the fumble return, the Wildcats still moving the ball at will here.
Man, you showed resiliency. The offensive stayed with their plays. They were taking what was given. I'm super excited about the growth I've seen in the last 3 weeks, because 2 weeks ago this game's over when that fumble happened. A lot of toughness. Beth was showing some leadership, those senior receivers. I'm so excited. I don't know what's going to happen, but this could have went sideways in a hurry, and they answered. That was a heck of a play by a lot of people involved.
I tell you what, Coach Mahavi's done a great job on the sideline, keeping everybody positive, not letting everybody get down, because we've seen this in the past. When Walker gets down, 1 or 2 bad things happen, they'll start hanging their heads, and then things just start roller coastering down. But now, they're still believing in themselves, and they're still being able to move the ball.
I didn't mean to cut y'all, but we both mentioned that the coaches were clapping when that happened. And if you're watching, like, why are the coaches clapping? They're not clapping like, good job. They're clapping like, let's go, stay in this, a lot of game left. And they've kept the guys together, and awesome execution. We can move the ball. It's going to be an exciting second half.
Absolutely. So a good job by these coaches. And of course, not just X's and O's. You got to get into those kids' heads sometimes too, and make things happen that way as well. All right, we're ready to kick off after the touchdown by the Wildcats. Rhea has it teed up. Another pooch kick, and this time fielded at about the 29-yard line. And the ball is kept out of Ibieta's hands, but that's pretty effective right now to the 30-yard line. Not bad. So the Skippers will take over 1st down and 10.
And that was Patterson again, the up back. He does it all, but that was actually a good idea. You got the ball, they can't return it, and if he misses it, you got a chance to recover it. Now we got about 4 minutes left in the half. Defense needs to step up. Man, they are hitting, they are flying all over the place. It's a great high school football game so far. You can hear the crowd getting back into it. The guys on the sideline are getting fired up. Great answer by the Walker offense.
Back and forth, back and forth. What this kind of game you love watching when the scoring goes back and forth like this. Here's the snap. Handoff to Lee, and a good job by the defense. And this time only a gain of about 2 there.
Yep. Great adjustment by the defensive coordinator. If I'm Mandeville, I want the ball in number 2's hands 4 times on this drive. So if you got to put him in the quarterback, the Wildcat, running on a reverse, you have got to get 2 involved right here. This is a game-switching drive right here.
4:13, the clock continues to run. The Wildcats lead 21-20 against the Skippers. Of course, the Skippers out of Mandeville in District 6-5A, and Walker out of District 4-5A. Little slot, they'll put McCowan in motion to the left. Lee in the backfield next to Desane. Desane looks, throws, and complete to McCowan right in front of the Walker bench, inbounds, and so the clock continues to run with 3:46 to play.
I saw this exact sequence in the game against Dunham. 2 runs a stop, they drag 3. The next play, they pump fake the 3 and they hit 2 on a go. Look for the big shot right here. They may just try to get the first down, but this exact setup was against Dunham, and they did a 60-yard touchdown pass to Ibieta. Looks like he's going to be in the Wildcat.
3rd down and short now. We'll have to see if the Skippers trying to draw the Wildcats off sides.
That's a good point.
And of course, the Skippers have jumped off side at least 6 times on different plays here. We'll have to see if that comes back to be a factor here. 3rd down and 2 now. Calls for the snap. And Ibieta will take off running. And the ball comes out.
He was down.
He was down already, but
that could have been big, Chris.
Levy with the shoulder tackle, which I am 100% not a fan of, which is going down, but it was effective in this situation where he went down, chopped him with the shoulders, and the ball came out, but he was down already.
Yeah, he looked like he hit the ground. IBS got to come out. He took his helmet off. But that's what I was saying earlier. You got to get him involved in the game. He'll be coming right back. He's got to touch it 4 times. That's 1. And they've got plenty of time, right, Chris? It's 2:49 and running. They've got a couple timeouts left. You might see Jerron Lee take a handoff right here. See if they can't get a big bust.
All right, both teams have their full complement of 3 timeouts. Here is the handoff to Lee, and he'll try the right side. And he'll be brought down right at about the 49-yard line, short of the first down, but the clock continues to roll with 2:27.
Yep, Bill Belichick loves to have the ball at the end of the half and get it to second half. That's what Mandeville's trying to do right here. They're going to run the clock out as long as they can, and they're going to try to pop one in the end zone. Is Ibieta back in the game?
Still not in the game right now. So that shoulder tackle, maybe it could have worked.
Yeah, tweaked him a little bit. I noticed he's been getting water over there. He's been on the field a lot. He might be a little dehydrated early in the game, early in the season.
We're less than 2 minutes now as the Skippers are taking a long time. The play clock is down to 9 seconds. We'll have to see if they can get this off 5, 4, and they do get it off. Hand off to the running back. Wildcats meet him in the backfield.
Looks like 70-something. I can't see his number, Chris. You see it 70 what? 78?
Like 78 on the backfield. Yeah, good job by Mr. Melchior.
Yep, I found that. I told you I'd find out his last name, Melchior. Nice play right there. And he's an offensive tackle playing some defense.
The clock continues to roll with 1:19 to play. I'm surprised the Skippers, I guess they're trying to, they don't have much faith in themselves that they're going to make the first down here.
Yeah.
They are really slow playing this. It looks like Ibieta in the game again.
Top of your
all
screen.
the way to the top, to the right.
Pump fake, and there they go.
And then there's Ibieta, but a little bit of contact, which kind of slowed him down. I believe Chandler Henry was able to make a little bit of contact and get Ibieta out of his route.
I tell you, we just told you they were going to run that play, and he's just faster. I thought the cornerback did as best he could. Lusain wants that ball back. That's a touchdown.
And Ibieta's about to give it to him. Ibieta has the ball already.
Yep. Oh, they're gonna watch film on that, and Dusain's gonna be very upset.
So 4th down and
they're gonna go for it.
4.
Play clock's down, Chris. They may have to call a timeout.
Yeah, play clock at 2 seconds. 1. They do get it off. Ibieta with the quick pass over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was Alex McQueen.
Now we're supposed to be impartial, so I'm going to be impartial. They just called the greatest 2 plays they could call, and both of them were not executed. That was a great play. 12 couldn't hold on to it, and Ibieta is very demonstrative in something. I don't know if he's dehydrated, if he's mad, but everybody's talking to him. He wanted 12 to catch that football. Yeah.
I got his clock clean in that last play.
Yeah, well, I saw that, Dan. Did you see the hit on Ibieta after he threw the pass?
Yeah, it was as he was throwing. I think he might have took one in the ribs or something, but it was a good clean hit.
All right, nonetheless, 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats, and they'll take over on downs with 50 seconds to play and 3 timeouts, and they have the ball right at the 49-yard line of the Mandeville.
Yeah, great 2 calls not executed. Now let's see if Walker can execute their 30-second drill.
With 3 timeouts, you got the whole field to work with, and right down the middle, wide open again. Can't make the play, just out of the hands of Warren Young as he's diving for the ball, trying to make something happen.
That is your mismatch. These receivers are just bigger and faster, and I got to give Hunter Bethel credit. He is putting it on the money. And Warren Young's going to want that one back. Hey, Warren, you're going to get another shot, just like Jacory. Catch it the next time.
Peyton Nichols comes in as Warren Young will come out. Nichols, a senior wide receiver. He'll be wearing number 9 for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 10 now with 43 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's the pass, and that's interference, no contact, but no flag is going to be called.
And the big thing, Chris, is, yeah, we caught it, but if he throws the flag, the clock stops, and we get another 10 yards. Man, that was a tough no call right there. He looked like he was way early.
Coming out of the game is Rashawn Simmons and Peyton Nichols. And so 3rd down and 5 now for the Wildcats. 17 seconds left and down to 14. Here's the snap. Here's the throw, and it's going to be caught by Warren Young, and he gets out of bounds with 8 seconds remaining and 3 timeouts, which
you mentioned, or we mentioned, the level of our coaching staff, how talented they were. They're running a great game. Right there, they got a chance. If they can run that same play again, you might get a field goal or even a Hail Mary.
So with 8 seconds left, we figure we got 2 plays left, right, Clint?
Right. And how many timeouts we got left?
3. This is the first one we called right now.
Well, no, I think we took one on the extra point. Remember, Dan said we had to take a timeout. So we should have 1 more left, right?
Okay, yeah, yep. The scoreboard's wrong.
So we have 1 more left. That he's telling them it opens up the whole field. If you catch the ball in the middle of the field, get down, call a timeout, give us another chance for a play. He may go for the Hail Mary right here, but I don't know what Ray's distance is, but I would think we'd probably have to get to the 25 to have any kind of a chance.
Hey guys.
Yeah, Dan.
Go back down to Dan. What you got?
I'm pretty sure in the defensive backfield they don't have a second-team All-State basketball player either.
Great, exactly. That's where we found the mismatch, Dan, is Warren Young and Jacory Thomas going vertical. It just, you can't cover them, you can't jump with them. We just got to make the catch.
So no matter what happens with this play, as soon as the play ends, you need to call timeout. Now, if I'm the Skippers and they catch something over the middle, I'm dancing with them for 8 seconds.
That's a good point.
Here's the plays. Bethel looks, throws in the end zone. Has Thomas again. The ball is batted in the air, hits the ground with 1 second remaining. And so the Wildcats will have 1 more shot at it.
Yep.
With 1 second left.
And that ball was a little underthrown. Hunter was trying to put enough air under it to let Jacory run under it, and he just underthrew it. Got to get the ball in the end zone right here. And I would have Young and Thomas on the same side of the field and just try to out-jump everybody. If they're going to run on the right side, Hunter's going to want to create some time and throw it to the R and Walker in the end zone. And if you're Mandeville, the old saying, Chris Berman, knock it down, Tom, knock it down. That's what they're telling them. Just play back and knock it down.
2nd down and 10. 1 second remains. Wildcats lead 21-20.
Here's the throw.
In the end zone at the R where you called it.
Touchdown!
And we have a touchdown by Warren Young. 38-yard touchdown catch.
Nobody can jump with those guys. Oh, and they're going to throw a flag. It's going to be after the play. Some kind of a taunt. Wow, what a throw and catch. He got another chance, Chris, and this time he didn't miss it.
Wow. Talking about an exciting play with 1 second remaining.
Man, oh man.
Dan, you were down there for the flag. What you got?
I didn't see it. I'm trying to find out what this is. I'm sure it's an unsportsmanlike, but I'm not sure what it is.
With the score, the Wildcats lead 27-20.
Man, oh man. You can see the Mandeville parents coming over here to watch their band, but not before we catch the Hail Mary for a touchdown. And they're going to call on us. See, right here, Chris, I take it right now on the extra point. Back them up and try to keep the game a 7-point game.
But the referee just said he's going to do it on the kickoff, which will be the second half. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, so the penalty, it sounds like he called the flag on players running on the field, and Coach Mahaffey was explaining to them, that is my extra point team. And they were having none of it.
Well, Dan, while we got you, would you have thrown that, or do you allow some kind of a transition right there?
It's a great Hail Mary play at the end of the half. You know, they're kids. They got to have a little fun. I let that stuff do.
Okay.
I let them get away with it.
All right, here's the extra point by Rhea. And there's a snap. The kick is up. And it is good. So, at the halftime, your score, Wildcats 28 and the Skippers 20. We're going to take a break. We'll have the Skipper Band and we'll have the Walker High School Band of Legacy. Wildcats lead 28-20. We're at halftime. We'll be right back with more Wildcat football on WLFT.
At Stein, we are committed to being the most customer-focused home improvement retailer and building material supply store of its kind. We understand that you're not just building a house, you're building a home.
At Stein, we know what we do. We sell building materials, and we know how to do it by offering our customers better brands at lower prices and great customer service.
But why do we do it? That's the most important part. We help people build their dreams.
Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4 reminds Wildcat fans to be fire safe this season and every season. District 4 consists of volunteer and professional firefighters, men and women of your community, your neighbors, providing fire protection and life-saving first response for accidents and medical emergencies. When you need help, we'll be there. Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4, our family protecting your family since 1975.
Mandeville is the Mandeville High School Skippers. The Skippers are led by Again, we'll be performing Hot Land. Hit. Originally, Lord Anthony performed titled Let's Get Out. Movement instructor, Andrew Gray. Drumline instructor, James Kenny. Pin instructor, Island Hanson. And guard instructor, Owen Howard. Band leader and director of student teacher, Dylan Waldo. Assistant director of band, Aubrey Farrell. Director of band, Rossi Lindell. The band is led by Coach Allison Munster and assistant coach, Marlene Booth. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Mandeville Marching Band.
For your halftime entertainment, we present the Mandeville Legacy and the Golden Wildcats. The band is under the direction of band director Jeff Simmons and Eddie Hurt, assisted by Austin Roto. Color guard coach is Jessica Guidry, assisted by Caitlin Till. Color guard captains are Anthony May and Iowa Terrio. Drum majors are Nicholas Pendleton, S.J. Albert, and Amanda Yeager. Band captain is Abe Strada. Drum captains are Abigail Huey and Meredith Vera Lopez. Drum majors, is your band ready? And now, the Golden Wildcats, under the direction of sponsor Carolina Rotolo, choreographer Emily Edwards, dance team captain is Molly Baker, co-captain is Olivia McMasters. Ladies and gentlemen, the band of legacy, the Golden Wildcats, performing music by the Jonas Brothers with Sucker.
No, it's not Facebook anymore. We're doing YouTube now. Okay. So they changed it.
To continue the halftime entertainment, the Band of Legacy will perform a portion of their festival show entitled Favorite Things.
11 rushes for 55 yards. Do you know a piece of paper? I got one.
I got one. This is for us, Walker?
Yeah, Walker. 11 rushes, 55 yards.
Band of Legacy.
15 to 22 for 234 yards passing.
15 to 22 for
234.
234. Okay.
All right, I just added up. So number 6 has got 114 yards passing and 49 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. And the only other big one is number 13 has got 67 yards pass receptions with a touchdown.
So
6 has got 2 touchdowns, a pass one and a rush. He had that 49-yard rush. So I don't know if you want to take a shot at that.
When you call on ALE Plumbing, it means you need a dirty job done right. ALE is locally owned and operated right here in Walker. They are a proud supporter of Walker High. ALE offers 24-hour repair service covering a wide variety of problems. ALE also offers some specialty work in the form of sewer line video inspections, slab leak repairs, and a certification, installation, and repair of backflow preventers. Give ALE a call to get it done.
Welcome to Walker Pharmacy, your local stop for pharmaceutical needs. Whatever prescription you may need, we can provide it with high-quality service. We have a wide array of over-the-counter medications. If you are feeling thirsty while checking out, we offer a considerable variety of beverages at your convenience. Make sure to stop by our gift shop while you wait and pick up items that your loved ones would cherish. And remember, we're your local pharmacy where patients come first.
I'm Steve Stafford.
I'm William Scott Dykes.
And we're the official law firm of the Walker Wildcats. We're Livingston Parish lawyers helping the people of Livingston Parish.
We're located just off the interstate in Walker.
If you're injured in an accident, if you have a criminal matter, or if you need a succession, give us a call. Don't go to Baton Rouge for an attorney.
For attorneys you can trust, call us.
Did you know that North Shore Technical Community College has a new facility in Livingston Parish? Whether you are interested in starting a career or looking for a new career, stop by the campus to learn about electrical, welding, nursing, university transfer pathways, and workforce training programs. Financial aid counselors and instructors are available and ready to answer questions and guide you through the enrollment process. Affordable tuition, quality education, and a convenient location. Build your future at North Shore Technical Community College.
Hello and welcome back to Walker High School. Chris O'Neill along with Clint Carver, and what an exciting first half. You can't get more exciting football than what we've seen.
Man, that was it. We had a little bit of everything. You had great execution, you had poor execution, you had a turnover go 97 yards, and then you had Walker come right back and score. Ups and downs, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, score with 1 second remaining in the first half. What an incredible play. And of course, you have a superstar on their team that is performing like a superstar should, and then all the different formations that they're throwing at you. Man, this game has everything.
It has everything, and they go from a power I, so to speak, bunch power I, to 5 wide. They go from a quarterback that throws 100 yards to a quarterback that's never even thrown it. I mean, you get every look. It's really challenging our defense. It's stretching us a little bit, but they've been up to the challenge. I mean, you don't have that fumble. We're up 2 touchdowns, and I mean, you and I talked before the game. My job is not to be a Walker fan; it's to be impartial. And I thought Mandeville was the better team coming in, and you can't judge the heart, you can't judge the coaching. This is the hardest I've seen Walker play. I know they played well last year against Pine, I believe, in the last game when there's nothing on the line. Pineville. They played hard, but they didn't win. This game they're playing hard and they're playing smart. That 30-second, they call it the 2-minute offense, but it took 30 seconds. They went from the 30 all the way to touchdown. I mean, it was just flawless. They got to keep it up though, because they don't have a lot of depth. Walker doesn't. Neither does Mandeville. So it's who's going to want it the most here at the end.
All right, we are at halftime, and they've just extended halftime by 3 more minutes, and so we're going to come back with it. And as we mentioned about Coach Mahaffey doing a good job of getting in their players' heads. I mean, the X's and O's, they all know the plays, but it's believing in yourself, believing in the system that you can make this happen. And even whenever bad things are happening to the Wildcats, they're like, come on, we got this. And like you said, still cheering them on and still trying to make good things happen.
We've got 2 quarters left, but if Walker can somehow win this game and they go on to have a productive season, get in the playoffs, I'm going to point to that fumble return for a touchdown that changed the whole season. Because every coach, to a man, was running down the sideline clapping like, don't you dare give up on us, don't you dare quit. And that's a testament to these guys, and the kids believed it. I mean, that baseball, hell, if the coach is doing it, we're going to do it. So.
Yep. All right, so we got about 2 minutes left before the second half kickoff, so we'll take our last commercial break, and we'll be right back with more Wildcat football on WLFT.
At Stein, we're committed to being the most customer-focused home improvement retailer and building material supply store of its kind. We understand that you're not just building a house, you're building a home.
At Stein, we know what we do. We sell building materials, and we know how to do it by offering our customers better brands at lower prices and great customer service.
But why do we do it? That's the most important part. We help people build their dreams.
Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4 reminds Wildcat fans to be fire safe this season and every season. District 4 consists of volunteer and professional firefighters, men and women of your community, your neighbors, providing fire protection and life-saving first response for accidents and medical emergencies. When you need help, we'll be there. Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4, our family protecting your family since 1975.
Hello, welcome back to Walker High School. Crystal Dillon along with Clint Carver and of course Dan Murphy on the sideline. Looking at the scoring, the way this game went, the Wildcats started off with a 66-yard pass. It was that flea flicker looking thing, a halfback pass is what it really was a pass by Warren Young to Ja'Cory Thomas for a 7-0 lead. It was Ibieta came back with their own touchdown run, and it was Thomas with the block. And then the Wildcats had a 7-6 lead after that. At the end of the first quarter, the Skippers that came for a 37-yard touchdown run by Lee to take a 12-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, the Wildcats came back again, and it was a 6-yard touchdown by Thomas. The Wildcats then take a 14-12 lead. And then it was John Patterson with the 97-yard fumble recovery. And then the Skippers then took a 20-14 lead. Wildcats come back again with a 21-20 lead after Thomas with a 49-yard run, and then it finally was a 28-20 lead at the 1 second left with the big catch in the end zone for the Wildcats to lead. Yeah, unbelievable.
Throw it out. Throw out the X and O's like you keep saying, and just who wants it more, who can execute. We're in for 2 quarters of some high-level high school football. So the catch, the Hail Mary catch was to number 13.
So that's,
Warren Young Jr. And he had dropped the pass earlier. He knew he was going to get another chance, and he did not disappoint.
All right, so we're ready to start the third quarter here. And the Wildcats will be kicking the ball off. And of course, after the penalty, they'll back it up to the 30-yard and squib kick. I like that. Doing something a little bit different, and the ball goes down at the 41-yard line, fielded by number 40 for the Skippers, and that's going to be Cassassi.
Michael Cassassi. That's one that we worked on before the game. A couple of those Southern Cajun names. We'll see Patterson, linebacker for Mandeville. Does he have enough stamina to play at the level he's been playing at? Ibieta took a big hit before the end of the half. I think he's back out. He had his 20 minutes to rest. So here we go. Second half football, Friday Night Lights.
Kirk DeSang, the quarterback, remains in, and will be Lee to his left. First down and 10 for the Skipper at their own 42-yard line. They'll run the counter tray, and met in the backfield very quickly and making a play, Marie Hall for the stop.
Yes, blitzed him off the edge, the strong safety, nice play call by the defense coordinator. I'm a believer, if you're undersized, just bring everybody, put pressure on them, and hope they can't execute, and that's what they did right there.
Loss of 3 on the counter play.
Last time we saw them have a loss running, they threw the ball 3 times in a row.
So here's a handoff to Lee again. Met right at the line of scrimmage, dives forward from maybe 2 or 3 yards, and so Wildcat defense coming out with a lot of confidence to start the second half.
Flying around the football. I see that the Mandeville offensive coordinator, they stayed with the run. I truly believe if you give this running option a chance, they'll start moving the chains. Mandeville will. And it's like a heavyweight fight. It's like a body blow. Every time you run, it's just leaning on that defense, leaning on that defense.
So Cato comes in the game as Sam Hoover, number 52, comes out. Cato wears number 54. And the Skippers looking to the sideline for the play.
They're going to do Ibieta in the slot, which is going to have a huge mismatch. Sophomore number 17, McKenzie's going to have to cover Ibieta. This could be a huge mismatch.
And both wide receivers are on the line. There's no separation, so pass is going to be complete to the far side of the field, the right side of the field, complete to Devin Steele. Minimal gain there.
Look at Ibieta is livid. He had a huge mismatch, and he beats McKenzie deep. No offense to McKenzie's, but just turned 15 years old. He can't run with this guy. All you got to do is, like Hunter Bethel, throw it up and deep, and Ibieta is really frustrated at his quarterback. Really frustrated.
John Patterson will be doing the punting duties for the Skippers. And back deep for the Wildcats will be number 6, Ja'Cory Thomas. Ja'Cory having a fantastic night here tonight.
I'd look for Patterson to kick something away from
Thomas?
Thomas, yeah, I'm sorry.
Here's the snap. And we have a stoppage before the play. We have a delay of game against the Skippers.
All right, back them up. I think it's important. I think the Skippers have 2 or 3 plays that they've seen that they can run down the line. It's important for Walker to go on a pretty good drive right here. Obviously, points would be great. It would make a 2-score game. But just chop that clock up a little bit.
Here's a snap. Patterson puts a foot into it. And calling for the fair catch, and the ball bounces right at about the 34-yard line, and it'll be down at the 32-yard line. First down and 10 for the Wildcats.
All right, nice job by the defense. Game's second half started like the first half started. Guys on Walker defense flying around. I'm sorry, the Skippers can't convert on a first down, and they have to punt. So let's see what we have. A little trickery right here. They had 20 minutes in halftime, 20 minutes plus to come up with a game plan. You may see some kind of a reverse or hitch and ladder or something. Never doubt Mahaffey.
Next game for the Skippers will be at home versus North Shore. That'll be a home game for the Skippers at Mandeville. Next game for the Wildcats will also be a home game, and that'll be against Bastrop. That game right here at Wildcat Stadium, and it will be right here on WLFT and Cox 117 and Detail 130. Wildcats will put a man in motion, and here is the handoff, making a move to the right side and finally brought down. Good job by Joe Buckley, the junior. He's getting a lot of touches on the ball.
Very good. This is a guy that we're going to see the rest of this year. He had the hole and he hit it, ran north and south. He's just a small guy. Once they put their hands on him, he's going down. He's going to break a tackle here before long. And I'm glad to see Walker sticking with the running game. What you don't see in the running game is those safeties start having to creep up to defend the run, and then you're going to have Thomas or Young deep. You got one-on-one at the top of the screen.
So again, next week it will be against Bastrop. It was supposed to be the homecoming game, but they moved the homecoming game to the Denham Springs game, which will be the last home game of the year. It'll be senior night and homecoming. And this time in the backfield and sacked for a loss, it will be Michael Kasasic on the sack, and the Wildcats back it up a lot.
Slow moving play. They tried it twice now where they run a misdirection and they get Hunter to roll out, and it's kind of a backside screen. They were trying to come back to Thomas. Problem is, it's just hard to block that long because the Mandeville's not just straight rushing. They're stunting, they're stemming, they're moving all over the place. It's just hard to hold them that long.
Warren Young goes to the bottom of your screen here. The trips to the right for the Wildcats. 3rd down and 14 now. Bethel with the ball. Plenty of time. Looks, floaters. Pass is going to be caught to Thomas and Melt and brought out of bounds. Tackle made by Benevento.
I like that play call. It's that middle drag. It's going to be open. You get the ball in the hands of your best playmaker, and hopefully he breaks a tackle. Nice job by Mandeville surrounding him and making the good open field tackle. So, two punts were traded off quick. We got to get the punt off. You don't want to shank it, and you definitely don't want to kick it too deep to number 2. So a lot of moving parts here for a high school kicker. If I'm him, I angle it over here to the 40-yard line at the bottom of your screen.
Ibieta stands at his own 38-yard line. Hayden Rea set to do the punting duties for the Wildcats. Wildcat front line is making their adjustments, make sure they know who they're blocking. Good punt. kind of hard punt to handle, and makes the fair catch as Avietta right at the 35-yard line, first down and 10.
That looks like 88 again for Wildcats. Joe Buckley getting down there on the punt. I can't see if it's 28 or 88. It looks like 88. He called 18. I'm sorry. That's Deonore Levy. He calls that fair catch. If he doesn't get a release and get down there, Ibietta's gonna have some running room. All right, here we go. Ibietta's not gonna be in the Wildcat, so see if they do that little out nut that worked for them earlier. They just didn't connect.
First down and 10 now for the Skippers as they exchange the footballs. Make sure the Skippers have their own football in the game. Dan right there on the line of scrimmage. You can see down the line of scrimmage very well from his vantage point. They'll put Avietta in motion to the right. Here's a handoff to Lee in the backfield. Lee gets some positive room, and Lee does a good job of taking it out to the side. Once he sees the lane, then he cuts it straight upfield. Good job of running.
Very good. And whenever Avietta comes in motion like that, that's weak side linebacker for Walker has to respect that and give ground. That opens up the running lane for Lee. Well-designed football play right there.
So Kurt Desane looks to the sideline for the next play call to be signaled in. They'll put the tight end to the right, put a man in motion this way will be McCowan, and they'll give it to him, and met in the backfield and turns around, and now Warren Young, excuse me, not Warren Young.
I can't see the number, Chris.
I can't see the number either. I see the 3.
33,
I believe.
33, that's it.
Yep, Chaz Oliver comes up and makes a stop. We got a flag though at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Dane Carpenter with the initial hit too. And then Olivier came, they're gonna call a personal foul of somebody. I saw him do the signal.
I saw him also. You have a dead ball, personal foul against the Skippers. Let's go down to Dan. Dan, did you see anything on the personal foul there?
I did not. I was about 2 yards from where the ball carrier is, and I was trying to get away from the sideline so I didn't get run over.
Smart man.
I have a little bit of work to do for it.
That's right, Dan. You're going to be selling pizzas at the LSU game, right?
We're going to try if the weather holds out.
Now, why would the weather affect you selling the Papa John's pizzas?
Because if it rains too much, these fair weather LSU fans won't show up.
I got you.
Oh, he's going to be there regardless. He just doesn't know if he'll sell a lot depending on the weather.
Yeah, that's the way I went to LSU games. When I was going to LSU games, I went no matter what. Whether it was sunny or cloudy, I was at every single game. Sunny or cloudy.
Well, they say the chance of rain in Death Valley is never.
Yeah, it never rains at Tiger Stadium. Here's the play, second down and long, and Lee spins around, the ball's on the ground, and the Wildcats look like they're going to be on it at the 35-yard line.
Dane Carpenter.
And there
he tackles the coach on the sideline. That was awesome. Man, I tell you, opportunistic football, great job. See Coach Miguez on the sideline trying to play the pain train horn. I don't have access to the music, but if I could, I'd play it. Those kids love Coach Miguez. He's the strength coach, and he gets them fired up. And I tell you what, things are starting to fall in place here for the Walker Wildcats. Positive plays here, positive plays. We can't take a sack. We can't fumble the football.
So at 6:14 to play, the Wildcats will take over on the Skipper 35-yard line. This may be the last play before our water break. We'll have to see how things play out. Thomas on the end around, trying the left side, turns it upfield now. Little hop step. I love when they do a hop step. I mean, you got a lot of confidence in yourself. And they're going to stop the play with 4 seconds left. So we'll have one more play. I guess he stepped out of bounds before the hydration break.
Yep, not a bad call. He had to break one tackle. He did it and picked up 7 yards. So, man, I tell you, before that play that Lee fumbled, he picked up 18 of the 25 needed and just didn't protect the football. Got to protect the football.
6, Ja'Cory Thomas comes out. Number 1, Ben McKenzie comes in. Another senior wide receiver. He'll be in the slot with 4 seconds to play. Also, the running back right now is going to be C.J. McClendon, the big bruising sophomore running back just to the right of Bethel. Here's the handoff to McClendon. Looks upfield, drives, puts his shoulder down, gains enough for a first down. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Wildcat football on WLFT.
Official timeout.
Rogers is limping right here. See him right coming to the table? Did that say the airplane music down there?
Yeah, that's what I told him. That's what they said. He does the paint train. So I told Miguez, go tell St. Pierre.
And the commercial break didn't trigger, so we're just, we had to reconfigure something, so we're still live. Sorry about that.
Are we muted?
No, I can't mute.
We're live, Chris.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris will do along with Clint Carter, Dan Murphy on the field, and we are back.
Chris, yeah, we're going through some. I mean, they're redoing everything up here with the technical stuff, so we're fighting through it.
That's right. We have a new teacher here. We have new kids, and
doing a great job. They're fighting through, man.
New format here, new equipment. Everything's brand new here. And thrown in the end zone, a little bit overthrown. I was gonna say overthrown before he even got to his hands, but I tell you what,
it's a pretty
Thomas
good throw.
came out there trying to make a catch on the ball. That was a good effort.
And he had 1 foot in. If he can just hold it. We're not saying these are easy catches, but to win games you're not supposed to win, we got to start catching some of those. That's 2 touchdown lead right there. And Hunter very accurate today on the deep ball, extremely accurate.
And of course the broadcast will continue to get better and better and better. Remember, this is 15, 16, 17-year-old kids putting together the broadcast for you here in the digital media class, and so we're very thankful for these kids taking this class and learning the skills to bring this to you. Here's a handoff to McClendon, makes a move, dives forward, he'll be tackled at about the 6-yard line. Good job of running by C.J. McClendon.
Yeah, that would have been a touchdown had it not been for Caleb Bonner, number 9. Stay with the run, guys. Stay with the run. We're starting to wear them down. We're starting to see. You saw how big that hole was. We're starting to wear on them. Our offensive line starting to get some good leans.
First down and goal now. Here's another handoff to McClendon. Tries the right side. Boom. Dives, and it will be a 5-yard touchdown run by McClendon.
Big, strong, physical for the sophomore running back. And our offensive line starting to really enjoy the run block. Chris, I think you played offensive line.
Yes.
You much prefer run blocking than pass blocking because it's just pin your ears back and go hit somebody.
It's more manly.
Yeah. So when you don't run it, but every 10 plays they don't get in that groove, well, this whole game they have committed to the run and it's paying off.
Especially when you get things like that happening.
Yeah.
Build your confidence.
Everybody loves to run the football.
Wildcats now have a 34-20 lead over Mandeville Skippers. Rhea set to do the kicking duties. Skippers jump again when the Wildcats go down. Slow developing extra point, but nonetheless it is good. So it's 5:34 to play in the third quarter. Wildcats 35 and the Skippers 20.
Man, just heart and effort right here. C.J. McClendon was hitting the backfield at an angle, which is really hard to break as a running back. It wasn't like he hit him head on, breaks the tackle, and then just bulls his way in the end zone. And we're starting to see this team turn the corner. Like you use the word confidence a lot. They're starting to play with confidence. They're not getting scared on negative plays. Oh, woe is me. We'll come right back the next time. We've got 3 drops for all intents and purposes. 3 drops. Nobody hung their head. Nobody, what are you doing? Next play. Next man up. Next play. Let's keep it up. We've got a lot of football game left. And if I'm Mandeville, I'm going to say it again, you cannot lose this game and number 2 not touch the ball 5 more times. You have got to get it in Ibietta's hands. And you can tell he's getting frustrated. It's like when we lost a couple years ago and Brian Thomas had 1 catch. We were like, how do you lose a game and Brian Thomas only had 1 catch? Mm-hmm. Or maybe he had no catches. There was one game where he had no catches. Yeah, you remember that?
Mm-hmm. And we were talking about you got to get the ball in his hands some kind of way. Here's another pooch kick to the side, handled by, again, number 14. He's been all over the field. Patterson makes a move, and he'll try the right side and lowers a shoulder, and wow. But hey, you get credit for the tackle nonetheless. It's going to be Rhea.
And yeah, he saved a touchdown. I don't know if I've seen a tougher high school player than this Patterson kid. He is everywhere.
Yes. Ray's mouthpiece comes off now. But
Yeah. They may have to check him for a concussion because he's not used to hitting. And when you're not used to hitting, your brain takes a pop.
And he gets a big hug from some of his teammates. But yeah, they're patting him on the head on the sideline there, and he deserves that.
All right, well, this is what the Skippers needed. Flip the field on the kickoff return. And now it looks like Ibietta's going to be in the Wildcat.
So they started the Walker 38-yard line. First down and 10 now for the Skippers. Ibietta in the Wildcat. They try to throw them off sides, and the Wildcats do flinch a little bit. You know, they're going to call it offsides on the Wildcats. And, you know, Clinton, are you a fan of lining the down lineman up 1 yard off the ball, to where if they do flinch, you're still not in the neutral zone?
Yeah, that's a school of thought. Some people say don't flinch, but you're talking about 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. If you give them that 1 yard cushion, that wouldn't happen. But then you get separation, and it's easier to block you. And kind of a tough call right there. But I can see the coaches on the side are very upset with that guy because they probably told him.
And I'm not sure, we couldn't see from our vantage point if he actually went in the neutral zone or he leaned in. Ibietta with the run now, trying the left side. Another helmet comes off. And it will be for one of the Wildcats, and it will be number 2, Dane Carpenter. He'll have to come out for a play, and coming in for Dane will be number 31, Caden Dunn.
I tell you what, you say what you want to say about Walker football. They ain't scared to hit you. These guys are flying all over the place. They may be undersized, but they're not under toughness. Ibietta staying in their quarterback. I agree with this. I give him every snap.
Second down and 1 now for the Skippers. Fakes the pass, and a great hole opens up for him as he dances around, and he gets a first down for the Skippers. He'll be brought down right at the 25-yard line.
I don't know how Ibietta throws the football, but I do know when he does that stutter step, those guys at the top of the screen are wide open. And they're going to bring in Dusain here. Watch him say something. Ibietta's like, you better throw the ball.
And Ibietta has to come out because Dusain comes in, and there's no other. Oh, he's going to throw the towel.
Yeah. Caleb Burst, number 1 at the bottom of the screen. Senior wide receiver. He hadn't done much.
First down and 10 now. Ball's at the Walker 25-yard line. Wildcats lead 35-20. Low snap, ball's on the ground. Lee picks it up, makes a move, and dances around. The Wildcats trying to make him fumble, but at the same time, he's staying on his feet, shrugging along, and he gets to the 15-yard line.
A lot of green jerseys making a trying effort to make a tackle.
I believe on that one, they try to make a fumble, and
strip
they just kind of, Lee took him with him. We have a Wildcat down right now, and that's going to be, say his name for it, Melchior, okay.
And he tried to get up, poor thing, and I don't know if he's cramping. Remember, we hadn't played in a couple of weeks. I mean, we played Seminole, but you missed 2 weeks of practice, you missed some school. You still have the cramping and the dehydration that's in play here.
And it's humid out there, too.
It is, I mean, it's not humid in here, Chris. It's air conditioned here. But
let's ask Dan about the humidity out there. Dan, how's the humidity out there on the field right now?
It is about 30 degrees more humid than it is in that high school press box.
All righty. Thank you, Dan.
Although next week is supposed to be beautiful football weather.
Perfect football weather. I like that. Good. Here is a handoff going around the left side. Met right there. Number 33 coming up is going to be Chaz Oliver. And we have a flag, and Dan says it's going to be a block in the back right there where he's at the 15-yard line.
I got to back him up right here. You give him an extra play, but that's 10 yards. Repeat first down. And it's from a spot of the foul, which it's all at the line of scrimmage anyway, but make them snap.
It's not always the spot of the foul. It depends on where the spot is. It was before or behind the end of the play.
And Dan's taught me that last year. I remember that discussion.
So to back him up to about the 19-yard line.
Watch for Ibietta to be in the slot and try to create a mismatch with a safety, which he's got right now.
2 backs on either side of quarterback, and give it to McCowan. He'll try the right side. It dances outside, goes right up the middle. Douglas McCowan, the senior running back, gets positive yards for the Skippers.
I like the way Mandeville is committed to the run. You're down 2 scores, but you got all game left. Just keep hitting these body blows, I know Ibietta's frustrated he hadn't gotten many balls today, but let your running backs lean on that defense.
2nd down and 4, 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats lead 35-20. Wildcats came in with an overall record of 0-1. Skippers come in with an overall record of 1-0 after they beat Dunham 27-6 in their first contest. Ibietta in motion. Here is a handoff again, and this time met in the backfield and brought down again.
And Chris, you've even said it on every run, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. Don't run sideways against a undersized speed defense. You run right at them, and that's what Mandeville's done. It's the first time I've seen them try to run sideways. That's right into our hands, because we can chase you down. McKenzie, those guys can run. Dane Carpenter, you got to run right at this defense, and now they're going to put Ibietta back in the Wildcat, and he's going to run right at us. So we're going to have somebody step up and make a tackle.
Play clock down to 14 now, and the Skippers still don't have a play. It looks like they have to burn a timeout unless they can get this going quickly. Down to 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, and they call for the snap. Ibietta has it, goes right up the middle, as you mentioned. Wildcat defense is there, and they stop him.
No penalty.
Yes.
27. Marie Call, he's playing a great second half. You called his name a couple times. Well, what Ibietta's done earlier is he drops back 2 steps like he's going to pass, which causes them to drop, and then there's a hole. The last 2 times he's been right up the middle too quick. He's got to let it. Remember, on a handoff, the quarterback has to go hand the ball off. There's timing. When you take the direct snap, if you take off running, there's no timing. You got to let the play develop.
Right.
And this is it. 4th down.
4th down. 1:13 to play. Play clock is at 10. And now the Skippers will take their first timeout of the second half.
I want to clap. You can hear the crowd giving them a standing ovation. Played hard. This is a huge down, guys. Just tackle them before they get to the 5-yard line.
So our next broadcast will be versus Bastrop. That will be September 24th right here at Wildcat Stadium. Then right after that, we'll have East Ascension here as well. And then that will be October the 1st. And then we'll have Scotlandville, our first district game, and that'll be October the 8th here for a home game. And then our last home game will be against Denham Springs, and that'll be October 29th. That will be homecoming. That will be senior day, and we'll present the homecoming court at half. We'll recognize the seniors before the game. So a lot going on for that big Denham Springs game.
No, that's going to be big. They're thinking about Cox may pick it up as the game of the week. I don't know. We're still going to be here, obviously. But this is a huge game. We don't want to go 0-2 with the schedule we have left. Mandeville, by the same token, if they can get 2 wins, they're on their way to the playoffs already.
Wildcats are jumping around on the sidelines, trying to get everybody involved. 4th down. Dusain calling for an extra blocker in there in the back. Calls for the snap. Handoff, reverse. Ibietta trying the right side, makes a move, makes another move, fumbles the ball. Garrett grabs his own fumble and he scores. So it will be a 10-yard touchdown run by Ibietta.
Who is the offensive coordinator? Michael Manguno. Tip of the cap, my friend. That is a great call. Even though we defended it, Chris, we had a strong safety and our cornerback right there. It's just hard to make an open field tackle on a 3-star Division I recruit, and he made us pay, and that's a huge, huge 4th down conversion for the Mandeville Skippers.
Wildcats now lead 35-26 over the Skippers. And we'll have to see, the Skippers are bringing in their normal offense, looks like, and they'll try to put 2 more points on the board here, try to get back those mixed extra points earlier in the contest. So it will be Kurt Dusain coming in. Ibietta will be to the left slot.
I don't like chasing points to the 4th quarter, Chris, but
direct snap, reverse to Ibietta, looks to throw, throws in the back of the end zone, and then it's going to be caught. So Ibietta does get into throwing action. Pass is going to be complete to Alex McQueen for the 2-point conversion. 28-35, Wildcats lead.
35-28, 7-point game. And again, another well-devised play right there. Just a little, what they call that, the Philly special. They did that in the Super Bowl where they run the reverse pass. They did it against New England. Philadelphia did when they won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. They call it the Philly special. Except in that play, they threw it back to the quarterback. On this one, they threw it to a tight end dragon. But there's nothing to hold in your repertoire. This game is as important as any. If you can win this game, do it. And this next drive, I want to see Walker stay with the run. Even if it's young with some pitches outside, don't get there and throw it 3 times and get sacked and a tip. Control the line of scrimmage, which you've done, and let's move the football.
So Dan, go ahead. You got your...
That first play of the game for Walker tonight, did that play look familiar to you guys?
The first play of the game, the halfback pass?
Yeah, the Saints ran that against the Bucks in the playoffs last year with Jameis Winston.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Damn, with that knowledge.
Here's the kick. Going to be fielded by Buckley. Right up the middle this time. Not much fancy stuff doing, and gets tackled at the 40-yard line. Good job of running the ball back there by Buckley.
Yeah, he's been really good all day. And that one he ran, instead of running side to side, he ran right straight up the gut and got it out to the 40-yard line. All right, so you see him meeting there with Coach Mahaffey. I don't know what's being said, but I'm thinking it's no penalties, no negative plays, no fumbles. Just protect the football and do your job. Don't think about first downs. Just, if I'm supposed to run the ball here, everybody blocking, let's go. Get the snap off. We got a center that was hobbling. He's already limping out there. Brock Rogers has been getting taped on the sideline and trying to go through some calisthenics. Get the snap.
First down and 10. 53 seconds remain in the third quarter. Wildcats lead 35-28. First down and 10. Ball is at the Wildcat 40-yard line. Here's the snap. Rolling to his right and diving forward for positive yardage. Going to be Hunter Bethel right at about the 47-yard line. The clock rolls.
They say Mahaffey's calling the plays. Whoever it is, I'd give him a big old kiss right now. That's exactly what I wanted to see right there. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Warren Young will go to the top of the screen. Here's the snap. Here's the pass. Complete.
Oh, he broke the tackle.
Broke the tackle, working down the field and getting the first down. And what a good job. 15 seconds now as they'll stop the clock to move the chains. And a big first down for the Wildcats.
Noah Cecil. Earlier they ran the same play, got tackled for a 3-yard loss. This time he breaks the tackle, picks up the first down. Now we can run off another 40 seconds off the clock. Keep pounding. Got to break tackles. We said that since the start, and when we've broken tackles, we've had positive gains.
3-2-1-0, and that's the end of the third quarter. Your score, Wildcats 35 and the Skippers 28. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Wildcat football on WLFT.
Life's hard. You want to get it right, we want to help. Maybe you feel like Christians are more known for what they're against.
But we want you to know that God is for you, and we are for you.
No matter who you are,
or where you are on life's journey, we have a place for you.
we'd love for you to come and check it out.
Drop, yo.
I was so blessed to work with my dad for 26 years, and to have my son come back now just like my dad had me. That's a special bond, and that's why I want the family environment to always be here to make decisions based on what's best for the customer.
It is now kind of generational, and we want that family culture and aspect to spread through the whole dealership.
A dealership with 50 years of tradition in Baton Rouge. We want to be at our best, and not only in making this place better, but evolving it into the future.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Seville along with Clint Carver, Dan Murphy on the field. First down and 10 now for the Wildcats. They are in Skipper territory, and we start the fourth quarter.
Oh, we got a false
start there for the Wildcats.
And this was a really neat formation. They brought in Patterson real tight, and they were going to have an extra blocker, and he's not used to having his hand in the ground, and he flinched. And that's what you didn't want. That changes the whole setup of this drive. But let's see what we can do right here.
First down and 15 now. Here's the pass. It's going to be complete to Warren Young on the far side of the field. Warren Young turns the corner, and he could go all the way, and he does. And it's going to be a 53-yard touchdown catch.
The whole 15-yard comeback has been open all day. All you got to do is what, Chris? Break a tackle. To the house. Touchdown, Walker. This is exciting football here off Burgess.
41-28, the Wildcats lead over the Skippers now with 11:50 to play in this contest. And while this passing attack for the Wildcats is really exciting here tonight.
Woo-hoo! Just well played. I'm happy for the kids. We still got a quarter to finish. Go ahead.
Ben McKenzie doing the holding duties here as Hayden Rea will do the extra point kicking duties. And the Skippers jump off sides again. Every single time the Wildcats put their hand on the ground for the extra point, the Skippers have been jumping.
And I don't think the Walker has always done this. The old Dallas Cowboys from the 70s where they get down, but every time they've done it, they've jumped. I don't understand. It seems like you'd adjust to it.
You know, if I was using this to my advantage, I would tell them to say extra point on the fourth down, and if there's like third down and 3, and put your hand on the ground that way and make them jump every single time. So they can move it up half the distance, but the Wildcats will continue to go for the extra point here. And only one lineman put their hand down that time. A little bit out of sync, but then they all put it down. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. So with 11:50 to play, the score, Wildcats 42 and the Skippers 28.
I got a flag coming flying in from the far guy, and he's upset. Dan's always said the farther the flag flies, the madder the referee is. I think we're going to have another personal foul, some kind of verbal personal foul on the Skippers.
Let's go to Dan and see what he has over there.
I'm sure it was unsportsmanlike. Somebody said something.
Ooh, it's against
I'm
us.
not sure what, but somebody said something. I think it was the last guy off the field. I'm not sure who that was, but I'll try to find out what he said. I don't know. I'm sure what he said I can't say on TV, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Right.
We're live, Dan. We're live.
And but the guy threw it from the Mandeville side, and he threw it with anger. But I tell you what, we must have said something. That's going to cost us 15 yards on the kickoff.
Hey guys.
Yes, sir, Dan.
Hey, real quick before I get any further. You know, my wife was very nice to let me come work all day at Tiger Stadium and come here and call a game with you guys. Today is her 29th birthday, she told me. So I just want to wish my lovely wife a happy 29th birthday. And for her birthday, I got out of the house all day.
What's her name, Dan?
Her name is Kim.
Kim?
Kim?
Yes, Kim.
All right.
Well, happy birthday, Kim.
Happy birthday, Kim.
And we appreciate you letting us use Dan and his expertise.
All kidding aside, he works hard, and to give his extra time with us, we do appreciate it.
Yes.
And hopefully you enjoy your day without him being around.
Here's the squib. Kick in the air. The Wildcats can get it if they can just hold on to it. It hit one of the Mandeville players in the foot, and it will be Wildcat ball.
Oh, Dane Carpenter, have a day, son. Everything is going right. You go 1-9 and you go 0-1, and you're due for some good fortune. And good fortune is when preparation and opportunity mix. And I tell you what, this is an exciting football team to watch tonight.
What a game does not have instant replay, huh? instant replay machine is broken. We're getting it repaired. So the kickoff on Rhea hits one of the skipper up men in the foot, bounces in the air, goes right into the Wildcats' hands, and first down Wildcats after the touchdown.
You could do that 100 times and not get that to work. But that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. Now let's work some clock here.
Speaking of clock, 11:50 to play in this contest. Wildcats lead 42-28. Here's a handoff in the backfield, and of course Met in the backfield is going to be number 14 again. John Patterson having an incredible game here for the Skippers. It'll be a gain of no yards for the Wildcats.
And I don't know small level recruiting in football. I don't know how big Patterson is, but in Arkansas, Monticello, or something like that, they need to come grab this kid. He can play somewhere. He is all around the ball every play.
Very physical as well. So they'll take C.J. McClendon out.
Gonna put in old Scat Cat.
Yep. Joe Buckley comes in, the junior. Second down and 10. Wildcats look to the sideline for the play adjustment. Counter Trey, and they're met in the backfield again. So, pull both the backside and guard and tackle and try to make something happen. But the Skippers had it solved.
So a couple things can happen here. Mandeville's creeping up. They're run blitzing, which is going to open up another deep pass. But also, everybody relax. Every time we do this, it's 40 seconds off the clock. We got a 2-touchdown lead, 40 seconds off the clock. No mistakes, 40 seconds off the clock. We need Bethel and his veteran leadership to wait as long as he can before he snaps it. At least get it inside of 15. There we go.
And that's the thing, the coaches need to watch the play clock too to make sure they get the play called like they need it. Third down and long. Warren Young Jr. catches the ball right at the first down marker. They're going to give him enough for a first down. It was third down and 14. He got 14 and a half on that one.
You know, the first series, they ran a couple of long development plays. We mentioned that Hunter Bethel's going to have to throw the ball on time. Right there, as he's done most of the evening, when that back foot hits the ground, the ball's out, right on target. The defender has no time to react because the ball's in the air before the receiver cuts back. So if he's watching the receiver, he looks up, guy makes a cutback, boom, ball's on him. That's exactly what happened. And Hunter Bethel, this is the difference between last year and this year. He's trusting his linemen and he's trusting his timing.
Anyway, good job by this offensive line. Big guys up front are giving Bethel a lot of time to throw the ball, and they're doing a good job on these pass protection.
Hunter may throw for over 300 tonight.
Thomas in motion. Here's a handoff. And Simmons dances around, stays in bounds, and I like it. Like you said, Clint, keep the clock rolling. So 9:41 to play in this contest. Wildcats up 42-28, and keep the clock rolling.
And you noticed as soon as he went into contact, he covered up the ball with both hands. Well-coached football team. The worst, you can kneel it 3 times and punt it. Just don't fumble and no negative penalty plays. This is the first time I've seen Walker really commit to the run since this staff has been here, and I think it's changed the game.
Second down and 9 now for the Wildcats. Misdirection. Simmons crosses the 50 inside of Skipper territory. He'll be brought down at the 45-yard line and bring up a very interesting third down and 2 for the Wildcats.
That's a play you don't see very much, but in the early 90s, Troy Aikman and Emmett Smith ran that. It's just a slow develop and draw. You let the blitz come past you, and then you run up the field. Great play call.
Here, Bethel drops back the pass, looks, has time.
Pass interference. Sorry,
and
Chris.
there's your flag for pass interference at the 34-yard line.
Got a little ahead of myself. He ran it out and up, and he was going to be wide open. Really a good play by the Skippers. He knows he's toasted, so he just tackles him.
Could have been a hit to the head to the quarterback as well, as Bethel threw the ball and was hit after the ball was released.
I didn't see that. I was watching downfield, but I can see one of the coaches, this guy down here on the corner here, is screaming at the ref for that same reason. He thought we could have got a roughing the passer. And Hunter a little wobbly.
Ben McKenzie coming in for the Wildcats. Warren Young Jr. right there talking to Coach Mahaffey. Coach Mahaffey with the visor on and the sweater vest.
That's his normal attire, the old sweater vest. Look, Gus Malazan look.
First down and 10 now for the Wildcats. 8:35 to play in this contest. Here's a handoff to Simmons. Good job of following his blockers. Puts his hand, the ball's on the ground, and the big guy falls on it. Good job by the Wildcats getting on the fumble.
Is that?
And it's going to be number 59 or 69?
69.
69 is going to be Roman King getting the fumble recovery.
Yep. Nice job by the senior being in the right spot at the right time. Very fortuitous bounce. And Simmons was hit hard right there. Continue to run the ball, and when you see an opportunity to take a shot, which may be right here, take a shot. Second short.
7:53 to play. Second down and 5. Wildcats lead 42-28. Inside of Skipper territory. Here's a handoff to Simmons again. Tries the right side. Met. Needs to hold on to the ball.
Yes.
And keep things flowing.
Good call, Chris. When he did that little spin, it's like you just want to say fall down, because when you spin and the pressure's coming from the outside, that's how you get a fumble. But another 40 seconds off the clock. We're going to be inside of 7 minutes the next time we snap this ball.
It was like a lower leg, left leg.
So it'll be Jarvis Patterson coming to the bottom of your screen along with Ben McKenzie, number 1.
I think I throw it up to Warren Young right here. That free safety's not real tall.
Here's a floater snap to Bethel and throws it to the left side. It'll be incomplete.
Yeah, that wasn't on Bethel. That just an out blitz. We got a flag over there.
We got a flag on the far side of the field.
Is that another sideline warning? So they'll decline that. Nope, sideline warning. That's a penalty. That's the second time, right, Dan? Isn't that a mark off?
Unless they could have changed that rule, I'm not sure, but I thought it should have been 5 yards. Yeah, there you go. 5
Yeah, but
yards.
it's not a warning on the second time, it's an actual penalty. So
then it's 15 on the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Will they replay third down?
Yeah, that's not a dead ball foul, yes.
All right, here we go. Change that marker.
It'll be fourth down and...
Dan's saying it should be third.
Yeah, Dan's saying it should be third. But the down marker says fourth. Bethel looks, pump fakes, throws, pass interference, flags are flying again.
Yep.
Holding on pass interference. Thank you, Ben.
And another.
We got 15 on the Mandeville bench.
And another one.
And another one.
Somebody just got tossed.
They're mad about that sideline warning, taking them out of fourth down. That's going to change the whole game.
Yep.
It should have been fourth down, and they got another play, and now it's going to be first down inside the 10.
Yep.
Can you hear them, Dan? Can you hear what's going on?
I cannot, by how high those flags went.
Yes.
It was a good one.
Dan's always told me the higher the flag, the madder the ref, and those both were very high.
Yeah, there are 2 flags right in front of the Mandeville bench.
So those are dead balls. So you can enforce whatever it was, holding or interference, and then you're going to mark off both dead ball fouls. So it's interference.
Pass
so
interference.
half the distance to the goal.
Half the distance to the goal. Half the distance to the goal again.
Ejection. He would have nailed it. Dan was right.
They're going to enforce all 3 of the penalties, y'all. Whenever
Did they eject? I didn't see.
Yeah, there was the ejection call. And they're going to the sideline. And the question is, are they going to eject a coach from the sideline? I think is what it's going to be happening.
Well, yeah, it's whoever's on. And both flags had it been on the same person. So
right. That's
yes, and the head coach got tossed.
First and goal inside the 5. Chris, you and I and Dan were talking earlier about that Sandoval game when I coached years ago, and I told you that Coach Gamer had to tell me to calm down. That's why. Because they threw a flag on me, and he was like, if they throw another flag on you, you're gone. And we can't have that happen, and that's exactly what happened. Now, if you're ever going to get tossed in a football game, that's the time to do it. You basically lose on a sideline warning, which it's a big game. You know, I don't know. I couldn't see it, but they must have been really on the field for him to call it in that situation, and that's why the coach is so upset. It's like, let the kids play it on the field.
They move the ball down to the Skipper 3-yard line. First down and goal for the Wildcats with 6:41 to play.
Chris, how long have you been doing this? You ever seen a coach get thrown out in football? I have not.
I have.
Well, Dan is a long-time white hat, so of course he's seen it.
No, I have not seen a coach get thrown out while I've been doing this. Now, when I was coaching at Opelousas High School, Larry Dotrieve got thrown out of a game.
Really?
At St. Thomas More, and he was yelling at referees because they did miss a call, and then they didn't like it, so they threw him out the game.
Well, a lot of times, after they throw the first one on you, it's almost like an umpire. The referee will go, "Coach, you got to shut up, or I'm gonna have to toss you down." He didn't give him that warning. He went flag, and then he must have said another word, and we can't say what he said, but.
Yep.
Man to man.
Second down and goal now. Wildcats look to the sideline. They'll go trips to the left, and they look to the sideline again as the adjustments are being made. 7 seconds on the water break clock, and now we have a water break. So we'll take a break. 2 minutes. We'll be right back with more Wildcat football on WLFT.
Sharkey is a local, licensed, and reputable HVAC contractor. They support Livingston Parish Public Schools and surrounding parishes. Sharkey specializes in maintenance, service, repairs of all HVAC equipment, and offering competitive rates. Call us at 225-222-3332 and find us on Facebook at Sharkey Mechanical Services LLC.
Sombrer's Mexican Restaurant offers our customers some of the most authentic and delectable Tex-Mex cuisine in the area, all served in a family-friendly atmosphere. We use only the freshest ingredients of the highest quality, from our delicious enchiladas and burritos to our amazing chicken, steak, or shrimp fajitas, the house specialty. We have something to please everyone. Join us for food and fun at Sombrero's Mexican Restaurant.
Hey, my name is George, and I love the Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets. It's like me grilling at home. It tastes very similar to that, except the seasoning. I probably can't season it as well as Chick-fil-A does. The chicken's super tender, and honestly, the best nuggets I've ever tasted.
Hello, welcome back, and Dan, you got some information on that ejection for us.
I think he said he's trying to find out.
I'm sorry, it was the vice principal from Mandeville that got ejected.
The vice principal?
Is it the vice principal? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's holding up both flags.
All right, second down and goal from the 5-yard line.
That's like Tim Rogers getting our team 40 yards of penalty. That's not going to go over well with the coaching staff.
Second down and goal. Wildcats lead 42-28. 6 minutes to play. Here's Bethel with a run to the right side, and it will be a 5-yard touchdown run. Hunter Bethel.
Anything can happen, Chris, but I think that was the nail in the coffin right there. 3-touchdown lead inside of 6 minutes. As the student section runs out with the cat flags.
48-28, the Wildcats lead over the Mandeville Skippers, and what an impressive showing here tonight for the Wildcat offense.
Brock Rogers, the center, barely walk. He's still playing. Man, it's been a great effort from everybody associated with this team. They jumped again.
Skippers jump again.
Can they not jump?
Every single time.
Just don't move.
And you see, that's the thing of not watching the ball. You know, that's the thing of not going to practice, going on 2 or whatever else. But again, in the Skippers' defense, the Wildcats are moving and putting their hands on the ground.
Yeah.
And that's what's making them jump. So.
And nobody does that anymore, so you don't see it. You know, but I would think, Chris, by the 7th time you've kicked it, they would have figured that out.
But let me also say this. If they move when they put their hands on the ground, if everybody comes through the line of scrimmage, it's going to be on the offense.
That could be an argument. And he made it.
And Rhea's kick is good, so the Wildcats lead 49-28 with 5:54 to play in this contest.
Let's talk about this vice principal getting kicked out of the game. You're talking about a faculty member. Now, look, our principal and our vice principals love our football team. They're all former coaches. But I don't think I would understand or be able to fathom one of my administrators not cost us a game, but I mean, he's cost us 40 yards of penalties.
Yeah.
Your vice principal, like, he's not going to be able to get on the sideline anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we got another 5:50 something left in this game, 5:54. Walker Wildcats coaching staff, dance line, cheerleaders, band, everybody associated with this has been phenomenal. We just got to hold on, be smart. The only way you can lose this game is to give up a touchdown within about 45 seconds, whether they run the kickoff back or some kind of bomb. If you play bend but don't break and make them methodically go down the field, they cannot score 3 touchdowns in 5.5 minutes.
Brea has the ball ready to be teed off. Back deep will be Ibetta. He's at the 21-yard line. Here's a squib kick, fielded by Lee at the 28, and he'll make his way up to the 35-yard line.
So, looking past this schedule, Chris and I were talking it. If we didn't win this game, you possibly could not win another game. But now with the way this game is going, you change your whole perspective. Now you got a Bastrop team coming in who's very good, but we can beat them. But you can't have a letdown. You can't play this hard today and not play this hard the next week. And just for those watching, I think Denham Springs is up on Cecilia, 41-33 late in the fourth quarter. Cecilia is one of the top 10 teams in 4A. So it'd be a big win for the district, big win for our best friends over there at Denham Springs.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So first down and 10 now for the Skippers as Ibieta comes in again. First down and 10, he'll run from the Wildcat formation. Here's a snap, he'll roll to his left, looks downfield, throws, and it's going to be almost intercepted, but we have a flag down.
They can't.
Looks like the flag is going to be called on Carson Rocker, maybe.
Now, I would like to have replay. Why would Carson be bumping him? The ball's underthrown. Get your head back around.
So they're going to say pass interference against the Wildcats. First down and 10 for a 15-yard penalty. And we can't do that. We can't let them
That's right.
get that confidence and keep on down.
Well, we said 30 seconds. So we'll say a minute. If it's under 5 minutes before they score, that's a win. But if you give up a big play here, that's a 15-yard penalty right there.
See Caden Dunn in there playing some defensive end for the Wildcats, a senior defensive end, number 31. Here's the same end at quarterback, and he will be dropped for the sack. Bringing him down will be big number 47, and that's going to be Josh Ferguson.
It's the first time we've said his name all year, and that is a humongous sack for the senior defensive tackle. Nice job, Mr. Ferguson.
And he has a great personality. I know who he is.
You know the kid? Yeah.
He's really, he'll make you laugh every time he starts talking to you. You know, but I think he knows what he's doing, but at the same time, he'll never crack a smile, and he'll never let on that
it's
he's
like he knows.
make you laugh.
He knows he's funny, but that's the comedic play on it. I'm going to be straight face and that dry sense of humor. Well, that's a big sack right there.
Second down and 12 now. Stepping up, throwing down the field. Incomplete.
Great
no flags, double coverage there.
It's little man 24. Porter? No, that's not 24, is it? Yeah, Porter. I saw him. We hadn't seen him much all year, and he's played a ton this game.
And also Carson Rocker back there as well.
Carson, I don't know if y'all remember, this is his first time playing defense. In the scrimmage, he was out of position, and then in the jamboree, he was in position but didn't make the play. Well, now he's in the position and he's making the play. That's going to be big if he can learn that position because he's only a junior. Third down now and 13. 4:46 to play in this contest. Wildcats lead 49-28 over the Skippers from Mandeville High School. Of course, the first game for the Wildcats was supposed to be against Ponchatoula. That was canceled. Second game was supposed to be against Fountain Blue. That was canceled, replaced with Sandoval. And the same will cross into Wildcat territory and will be brought down
at the 47-yard line, but it'll bring up a 4th down for the Skippers.
And that's all we need to do. Play soft, wrap up. Play soft, wrap. Even if they get a first down here, just play soft, let them catch it, make the tackle. Look at the coach screaming, back up.
Ibieta goes in motion.
Ibieta's
goes
tired.
Downfield, throws downfield, and it's overthrown a little bit. Caught, and 1 foot in, is going to say incomplete.
His
Warren
heel
Young.
came down.
Was that Warren Young?
Yep.
Playing both ways there. He's a tremendous athlete to be able to do that, especially in this humid conditions. But Wildcats will take over on downs.
I don't know if you can see in the end zone, Ibieta, he's walking, looks like he's walking to the bus. He's tired. He didn't even run that route. He was kind of jogging, which allowed Young to get under that. Almost a great play, but regardless, it's first down Wildcats, and we're going in this game in victory formation pretty soon.
4:05 to play in this contest. Wildcats lead 49-28. And they'll bring the offense onto the field.
I suspect we'll see three runs and 3 yards and a pile of dust right here.
We'll see if we get some new players in there, or Happy's going to go with his normal
I think he'll keep them in just for ball protection and solidify the victory.
They'll look to the sideline for the play call. Here's the handoff. Simmons on the carry. Right at about the 49-yard line. Gain of about 2, but the clock is rolling to 3:57.
I'll tell you who's not tired is number 14, Patterson. That dude's got a motor and don't stop. Defense still playing hard, and Mandeville's played a really good game. They're going to kick themselves. There's 2 or 3 plays that we'll talk about in the post game that kind of turned the game that was a little bit out of their control.
2nd down and 8. See when they snap the ball, they do it inside of 5 seconds now. 15 seconds on the play clock right now. And Wildcats will look at the sideline for the play. Down 10. 6, 5, 4, 3 to get it off at the right time. In the round 2,
He's gone.
Thomas.
Holding.
And there is Thomas on the run. It will be a 51-yard touchdown run by Ja'Cory Thomas.
I thought the receiver held him. I thought McKenzie grabbed a hold of the jersey. Ref didn't call it, and that's just icing on the cake, boys.
55-28, the Wildcats lead.
That's basically letting everybody in the state know you're going to have to worry about us. We can play a little bit. You put up 55 against a team that on paper was supposed to beat you. That's impressive. I just hope we see the same intensity next week. We've got to keep this going, man. This is exciting. I mean, we've been watching the guys that don't even play. They've been going crazy. This is a total team effort.
3:07 to play. Wildcats 55-28 leading over Mandeville. Here's the kick by Rhea, and it is good. So the Wildcats now have 56 points, and Skippers have 28. How impressive is this?
Yeah, it's very impressive. One of the things I wrote down in my notes was Mandeville is a very good second half team. They make great adjustments, and it was the Walker Wildcats who won the adjustment battle. And we've tore them up in the second half. It hadn't even been close. I think some of those hits on Ibieta when he was in the Wildcat kind of started taking their toll. And on that last pass, remember where he threw it to the tight end and we couldn't figure out if his helmet fell off or not, and you said he took one off the chin. That's just another hit. And that's a testament to the kids playing through the whistle and playing hard. Like, nobody's safe out there. You got to be head on a swivel or the Walker Wildcats will come hit you. With the power rankings the way they are, there's some teams in our schedule that we can beat that will win some games. I think 5 games you're in the playoffs. You get 5 wins. And I think possibly 4.
But the Wildcats are only going to be able to play 9.
9.
Because losing the first
game.
game.
That's right. So 4 will get you in. 4 and 5 would get you in.
Well, not necessarily, Clint, because everybody up north and on the western side of the state, they've been playing theirs, yeah.
It's all divided by, it'll be divided by 9.
Yeah.
And theirs will be divided by 10. So you're right, and that'll give us more points if they get more W's.
Because we get the wins against and all that other
Basham,
stuff.
yeah, just up north. The Basham's up north, so they're coming down. So they're going to be 10 games, right?
Yeah.
Did Zachary lose a game, or did they?
Zachary's 2-0.
Yeah, so they'll have 10. I don't want to say we ain't beat Zachary. I didn't say that, but I'm saying Zachary has one of the better teams they've had in a long time, and that's saying something for the 3-time state champions.
All right, 3:05 to play. 56-28. Wildcats lead over the Skippers. They have the ball first down and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Backup quarterback.
Got a new quarterback in there, number 10, and that is going to be Rex Henderson, the senior quarterback.
One of the things I say at coaching the baseball team is if we're going to lose the game, don't let the other team want to come back for seconds. Basically, fight hard enough to where they don't want to come play you. Well, we're going to win this game, and I guarantee you Mandeville don't want to play us again. I mean, we have fought from the first whistle. Bodies flying all over the place.
Henderson in, and we have a stoppage of play.
That's their favorite guy down there on the other side.
And it looks like the Skippers are ready to just run this clock out as well. So they're just running the ball, trying to get this game over as well.
And if you look at their schedule, Chris, you have their schedule. Their next game is
North Shore at Mandeville.
And then Slidell, Ponchatoula, Fountain Blue, St. Paul's, Hammond, and Covington. That's a lot of winnable games right there for Mandeville, which we want them to win. If they're not playing us, we want them to win. That helps us in the power ranking.
Looking at their district 658, Covington, Mandeville, North Shore, St. Paul, Slidell, Fountain Blue, Hammond, and Ponchatoula. That's a big district.
Yeah, Ponchatoula's solid. St. Paul's always good, but Hammond's beatable. Slidell's beatable.
Henderson will take the ball and he'll go to the left side, bend the backfield, and he'll be brought down.
And looking at our schedule, we got Basham again. That's a 4A team coming to our place. East Ascension, very good team, but that's at our place again. And then you go into district, and you can throw out the records when you play Live Oak, Central, or Denham. Those are going to be 3 fights to the end.
Yep.
Very tough teams, very tough coaches, all 4 of them. Those will be a lot of fun.
1:45 to play in the fourth quarter here. Time continues to roll.
Is Coach Reedcard still at Scotland?
Yes, he is.
All right.
Yes, he is. And Coach Cecil Thomas is over there as well. One of his, the line,
he left Sulphur.
Walker coaches there. Third down and short now for the Skippers. It will be a handoff to running back Douglas McGowan. And has enough for a first down, so they'll stop the clock at 1:16 in order to move the chains, and then they'll roll to the score.
Yeah. That was an 18 tackle. Levy with a good open field tackle. And now we want to get through these next 2 or 3 plays with no crazy injuries and get ready for next week. Chris and I'll be together again next week. I'm excited. 4 weekends in a row.
Yep. So that game will be on the air at WLFT 30.1. You can watch it if you don't have cable, and also if you have cable, you can watch it on Cox Channel 117, and you can watch it on ETEL 130.
And our new producer, Michael Hilbin, great teacher, just took over the video program. Him and St. Pierre and all their students have been working since 7:30 this morning to bring this broadcast to you. And I know if you're spoiled and you're used to watching professional, TV, some of these little things may bother you, but I'm telling you, just for us to get this thing off the ground is a testament to the effort that those guys and those kids put into it.
Absolutely. So you've taken away 2 weeks of school for these kids to learn and to make sure everything's right, and we're still able to bring you a broadcast. So I know it's not perfect right now. We're still working some stuff, but we're working it out. So we got 8 seconds left. 6-5, 4, and you look at the Wildcats are very fired up to get this win, and very impressive. And that is the way it's going to end. The Wildcats with a final score of 56-28, and the Wildcats victorious here tonight, and just happy for the whole staff and the team as well.
And I am tickled pink for these kids, for this community, to go through what we've been through and to come out and play as hard as they played. That's what's great, is to watch them never quit. There's 2 plays that stick out in my mind besides the penalty that turned the game around. Is the fumble return when every coach was clapping saying we're going to stay positive, and then the kick that hit the guy's foot and we recovered.
Right.
I mean, that's a huge play. And I tell you, Mandeville is as good as the team is there. They really can't control that, because when they took that fumble back, they had to think that's it. These guys are going to fold, because they've seen Walker play. We've done that in the past,
right?
And not this time. This team is resilient. They're tough. You saw the kids hugging on the sideline. I mean, that's love. That's team. And I can't wait to watch these guys next week. Just keep getting better. And a good coaching staff that we have, which we talked about in pregame.
Yeah.
They're not just going to sit back and take losers. They're going to work you. They're going to get you better. And the kids are buying in, man. This was exciting.
Also, the 1 second play right before halftime with Warren Young with the touchdown catch, with 1 second left, that was huge as well. So the Wildcats win this one 56-28. Man, what more can you say about Ja'Cory Thomas for the Wildcats? Let's go through all this. So Ja'Cory Thomas with the first touchdown, which made it 7-0. Then it was Ibieta getting the touchdown for the Skippers to make it 7-6. It was Lee with the touchdown to make the Skippers leading 12-7 into the first quarter. Thomas with a second touchdown. You keep track of all these for me, please. That'll be 14-12 after Thomas scored on a 6-yard touchdown. Then after the interception by Rocker, John Patterson with a 97-yard touchdown return, which made it 20-14. Thomas, number 3, thank you very much. He had a 49-yard run, which made it 21-20. Wildcats were up. Then it was Warren Young Jr. with a 38-yard catch with 1 second remaining, and that which made our score 28-20 at halftime. Going on to the third quarter, it was Dane Carpenter with the big fumble recovery, and then it was McClendon for the Wildcats scoring to make it 35-20. Then it was Ibieta with a 10-yard touchdown to make it 35-28.
That's where the game changed. It was 35-28, and they were back in it right then.
And then finally Warren Young with a 53-yard catch, which made it 42-28. Bethel with a 5-yard run, which made it 49-28. The Skippers gave it up on downs, and it was a 51-yard touchdown for Thomas. That's number 4, to which made it a 56-28 final score. And wow, what an incredible night for Thomas.
And I'm going to think Hunter Bethel had a career night. I think he may have been over 300 yards. We'll get the stats, and obviously we'll see him in the morning. But Thomas with 4 touchdowns. We asked the guys to step up and make a play. We mentioned the basketball guys. They're hard to cover. But you know what? They're not just basketball guys. They're football guys, too. They played hard. And the guys in the trenches, I can't say enough, the offensive, defensive line. The defensive line undersized, but they just held the line of scrimmage and let our linebackers and our secondary run around. And, tip the cap, again, to the community, the football staff, the whole school together. It was just awesome.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Mahaffey, his entire staff, all the Wildcats here. They made it happen, and they made it played with heart and never quit. When the chips were down, and just rode this roller coaster and got a very impressive win. So the Wildcats out on the football field right now, celebrating, and they got the good music playing. With St. Pierre, I'm sure he has the phone on, the music on his phone, playing music, and it sounds great here, which is a big thing, because I'm going to give y'all a little something here. We're going to have homecoming here at Walker High School against Denham Springs, and the dance will be on the football field. So I've never heard of that before, but when you got 2,000 kids on campus, it's hard to put 2,000 kids on a regulation basketball court. So we will have homecoming here on the football field, and they're talking about having a live band,
which I think would be very neat. And then in between sessions, y'all get to play some DJ music. But it's going to be moved to October, which will be cooler. If you try to have this in 2 weeks, it'd be a swamp fest out there. But the kids are excited. We all understand. I know Mr. St. Pierre sent out a message saying, hey, bear with us. We understand. As parents, I'm a parent. My kids go to Walker. Do what you can. Get the kids out here together. It's all good.
Absolutely. Now they're singing the alma mater. If you're able to see the band and the Walker High School football team, they're standing up and singing the alma mater. And then we'll be on the air next week again, next 4 weeks in a row, if you will. So next week versus Bastrop, we're going to continue to get better. Mr. Michael Hillman is very excited, young teacher here, and we're trying to correct everything we have here. We have new kids in the class as well. Whenever we're bringing you this broadcast, It is all brand new kids, and you're thinking, oh, can we do this or can we do that? It's not going to look like a professional broadcast, but I tell you what, when we get down to that last game, it's going to get better and better and better and better as the kids continue to learn.
Just like the football team, these guys are getting better. Mike's forte is digital, so he's got real cool digital things he can play once we get the stuff. I know Mr. St. Pierre was here sweating with us trying to get things together. We're going to put it up on the wall here where there's no wires. It's going to be very first class, but that takes time. Yeah, the hurricane, he said it would have already been done, but with the hurricane. Right. So stick with us. We'll be back next week. Can't wait till.
Yep, and so we're going to wrap things up here. The Wildcats win this game and by a final score of 56-28. We appreciate Dan being on the field and finding a way to make your microphone work, Clint.
It's right.
Great job as always.
Thank you, sir.
Guys and girls back in the studio did a great job as well. So once again, the Wildcats win 56-28. For Dan Murphy, Clint Carver, I'm Chris Ledoux. Thank you for watching Wildcat Football on WLFT.
At Stein, we are committed to being the most customer-focused home improvement retailer and building material supply store of its kind. We understand that you're not just building a house, you're building a home.
At Stein, we know what we do. We sell building materials, and we know how to do it by offering our customers better brands at lower prices and great customer service.
But why do we do it? That's the most important part. We help people build their dreams.
Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4 reminds Wildcat fans to be fire safe this season and every season. District 4 consists of volunteer and professional firefighters, men and women of your community, your neighbors, providing fire protection and life-saving first response for accidents and medical emergencies. When you need help, we'll be there. Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 4, our family protecting your family since 1975.
When you call an ALE Plumbing, it means you need a dirty job done right. ALE is locally owned and operated right here in Walker. They are a proud supporter of Walker High. ALE offers 24-hour repair service covering a wide variety of problems. ALE also offers some specialty work in the form of sewer line video inspections, slab leak repairs, and a certification, installation, and repair of backflow preventers. Give ALE a call to get it done.
Welcome to Walker Pharmacy, your local stop for pharmaceutical needs. Whatever prescription you may need, we can provide it with high-quality service. We have a wide array of over-the-counter medications. If you are feeling thirsty while checking out, we offer a considerable variety of beverages at your convenience. Make sure to stop by our gift shop while you wait and pick up items that your loved ones would cherish. And remember, we're your local pharmacy where patients come first.
I'm Steve Stafford.
I'm William Scott Dykes.
And we're the official law firm of the Walker Wildcats. We're Livingston Parish lawyers helping the people of Livingston Parish.
We're located just off the interstate in Walker.
If you're injured in an accident, if you have a criminal matter, or if you need a succession, give us a call. Don't go to Baton Rouge for an attorney.
For attorneys you can trust, call us.
This Friday, live from Walker High, the Wildcats go head-to-toe against Mandeville High. You're watching Walker High School football.